Hello and welcome to Magic Mythal Tomb of Annihilation, our 5th edition D&D campaign, episode number 49. We live stream nearly every Sunday starting at 4 p.m. Pacific time here on Twitch, and you can catch up on weekly sessions as well on YouTube, posted below. My name is Corey, Pinwarp2. I'm running the game as DM, and I'm joined by most of my players. Andre, playing Aelin, the Ismar Monk, his beautiful mask. Liz, playing Archie, Ismar Wizard, very nice hat. Brad, playing Quillen, Aarakocra Paladin. Is that a onesie or is that just a hoodie?
It's a allsy.
Nice.
It's called a funzie.
A funzie, awesome. Ryan playing Blackwind, half-orc ranger. John playing Jonah, gnome artificer. And Sean, who plays Donaquin Tortle druid, he will be absent for this session, as it's Halloween and he's out trick-or-treating with his son.
How dare.
I know, it's crazy. Who trick-or-treats on Halloween with their kids? Priorities,
Would have
people.
been wild.
Alright, last time on Magic Mythal Tomb of Annihilation, you guys had essentially finished your ascent up the spire of Firefinger, the home of this terrafolk who had taken it as a lair, this old watchtower, ancient watchtower at the top of this large spire. You guys climbed up under cover of darkness, dealt with some threats and precarious positionings on the way up, eventually reaching the top, 300 feet or so above the jungle floor, where you created a little bit of a hubbub, drew the ire of the terrafolk, killed them all, and in doing so just killed their leader. I mean, your character's never learned his name, or maybe he said it out loud once, I can't remember. But Narak, the leader who was utilizing some sort of like lightning powers against you guys, upon his death, he seemingly exploded, or energy was released upon his death, and the maybe spirit essence of that guy, Virani. God, it's one of the two. Venari. I know my own NPCs. One of the Bray, you believe, or at least the power of the Bray, you're not quite 100% sure what's going on there. Because every other soul you've seen that's been released from a place has been sucked up lately. But seemingly released his energy into the wilds, and he told you that you apparently have put some sort of events in motion in doing so. After you released that energy, the symbol of Ubtao, which had appeared in the ancient watchtower, began to glow, and curiosity got the better of you. You traced the outline to see what it did, and it created a large shimmering yellow portal. I said blue originally, but I meant yellow.
Oh.
At the bottom of the watchtower. And immediately Jonah touched it and turned into strange spaghetti suction weirdness and sucked in and vanished into the portal. And that's where we ended last session. And that's where we'll pick up next time. Good session, guys. Good session. Gotta end on a cliffhanger. Start on a cliffhanger.
Did the sound effect of him spaghettifying make like the spaghetti noise that people make when they're sucking in?
Yeah, like when they're sucking noodles up.
Yeah, you got slapped to the side.
Yeah.
And then your voice go, "Mamma mia!"
It's a spicy meatball. Maybe we don't touch this one, guys.
Maybe
How about maybe the five of us just leave? Oh wait.
We'll wait.
I mean, I could have been a real jerk and said that the portal also vanished after Dorna vanished. Poof.
Didn't this happen last time there was a portal? Didn't Jonah go through? And this feels like very deja vu.
Uh,
I feel
does
like
the
last time we had more time to think.
does the portal seem like it's stable, or does it seem like it's like, oh, it could go any second?
Well, the portal is kind of humming with energy, and the edges of the portal are kind of like wavering a little bit, and distorting the air, almost like a heat distortion around it, and just the portal. So you can't see through it. It's just a swirling mass of like this yellowish like glow, with a shimmering edge around it, just hovering about a foot off the ground.
But it doesn't seem like it's obviously like shrinking or something. Like, oh God, if we're gonna go, we gotta go like this very second or something.
I mean, no, doesn't look
Okay,
like
cool.
it.
I was wondering, can we actually stand around and chat about this before?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
And Archie is still like flying with her wings up at the portal. She's only got a few seconds left, so the portal's beneath you right now, Archie. Just FYI. Anyways, Kara.
What? What? I mean, do you guys want me to go after him?
I think we all need to.
Crap.
Archie, didn't you leave all your stuff outside?
Sure did. So I guess I'll go, because is the portal blocking the door,
Nope.
basically? No? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of just in the middle of the room. There's enough. You can easily walk around it, and inside the little room.
Alright, well, I will fly down so I don't just fall down.
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
Donovan
like,
turns to you all and is like, I will follow your lead and help wherever I can.
And then jumps off the tower.
So if we want to go through, I could send Gerald down to get the stuff and just tell him to come back.
I mean,
up through the portal.
I could also just go down immediately, then maybe, like, hop, jump, and skip from platform to platform, back up here. I'm still feeling all that energy from before. Probably for like the next, if I had to put a rough estimate on it, about 9 minutes.
Well, why don't I have all my stuff? Why don't I go through and make sure Jonah's okay, and if we can come back, then we'll just come back.
Well, then go
and
now.
You guys get your shit. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll touch the portal.
Well, while you guys were discussing this for a short time, meanwhile, somewhere else,
maybe
in the elemental plane of fire, there is a screaming Jonah, you touch the portal, and the world around you kind of like wavers for a second. You see your arm kind of like stretched out in front of you before you don't really lose consciousness, but there's just a brief moment where you just see and hear nothing, and then you find yourself just kind of like tumbling into you have dark vision. Gnomes have dark vision, right? Into a dark room, only lit very just a very little bit through some kind of like obviously some sort of like maybe holes or like slits in the roof or walls around you, where a little bit of moonlight is coming through. You are in what looks to be a small courtyard, just kind of like standing. There's no portal behind you at the moment, and you just kind of like hit the ground a little bit. You fall probably about like 3 feet, not enough to hurt yourself, but enough to kind of probably like drop you to your knees. You weren't really expecting to. It's almost like you stepped down, not realizing there was a step there. Is kind of what it feels like. Just kind of like, oh shit. There is a large kind of double door shut in front of you. So a large, heavy wooden door. Stone walls around that. And it's kind of like it looks like an overgrown garden. Looking over your shoulder, there is a stone kind of like not a platform, like a stone table sitting there. Takes you a moment, kind of blinking in the darkness, looking around, to realize that this is relatively familiar to you. You've seen this room before. And the other thing that hits you is just kind of a smell of like salt air and fish. And you hear what sounds like the clanging of like a buoy off in the distance. Yeah, and beyond that, very muffled, subdued sounds of what you can only imagine is a port city. You're muted.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, now you're not.
Oh, no. Oh, well, I guess I'm back in Baldur's Gate. This is great. See you guys later. Okay. Do I recognize the immediate vicinity?
Yeah, as far as you're aware, unless it's another room exactly like it, which very well could be, because you don't know, really, but it looks like where you fought that Yanti lady and took the portal to Belobo, the purple portal. The little thing behind you, the desk, or the wooden, not wooden, the stone slab, looks very similar to the one that you operated with the lever.
Sure. I will go up and look at the lever.
Okay.
Wasn't there like a couple different options with the lever?
Yeah, when you were there last, you could basically turn it on and it turned purple, turn it again and it turned blue, and then turn it again and it turned off. And then it wouldn't activate till the next day. At least that's what you remember. Right now there is no portal, but while you're examining the lever, you're pretty sure this is the same place. Like I said, it looks the same, but maybe they go to similar places if the portal works anything the same. And when suddenly, one of your companions, kind of like, there's kind of a yellowish flash, and he kind of stumbles out, kind of immediately drops a couple feet to the ground.
Except he probably land on his feet. Right, like,
yeah, maybe. He's...
do monk shit.
Jonah.
Hey, where's everyone else?
They remember before we climbed the tower, we left all our stuff in the forest.
Oh, you guys should have told me. We could have put it in the bag.
I think some of it went in the bag.
Okay, well, good.
I don't think all of it.
Because I still have the bag here.
Yeah, they're gonna get the stuff. So I just came through to make sure you were okay. Do you know where we are?
Doesn't it look familiar?
As described earlier.
Maybe. Are we back in port?
I believe so. That's what I think.
And I look around for the portal.
There's no portal that you can see.
Oh man, this is gonna be awkward.
Oh. Why?
You think my letter got here already?
Probably not, but I guess you could always write another one.
Yeah, that's too much work.
Yeah. All right.
We were mailing that letter. They sent it through you.
I'm gonna make sure that the rest of the building is still empty, but I think we should just wait here for everyone else.
Or why don't you go check? I'll greet them as they come out.
Cool.
So back on the other side of the portal, what are you guys doing? You're using Expeditious Retreat to kind of like swoop from ledge to ledge down. 'Cause you can move what, 90? I think that's
Yeah,
enough to cover
so-
any distance from each ledge to ledge. Nothing was higher than
Yeah,
90, right?
I was probably because
Well, because there was like 4, and it's like 300 tall, right? So
yeah.
that would
So
be less.
Quillen, you tell me if Quillen knows if he can or can't do this. I think he can, but if Quillen knows that he can't, he would not do this. So Quillen is going to go to the edge and just leap off. And then roughly around halfway down or so, he's going to arms out and essentially feather fall, slow fall, glide, whatever you want to call it, down to the ground level. That's what we had discussed, right? There's like once per short rest.
Yeah.
Glide, slow fall, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's
Yeah, mechanically, just so you guys understand why, his character has been wearing heavier armor for so long that he can't sustain himself in actual flight anymore.
yeah.
and it's too heavy for him while he's wearing his armor anyways.
He got too bulky. He's so muscular, it's
So
weighing him
he
down.
can make short leaps and glides and slow fall on occasion, but it's strenuous for him. So
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have the lithe, you know, bodies of the of my brethren anymore. I'm a little too bulked out.
Your bones filled in.
I can go in spurts. And I can hover down, but
They clipped your wings because you're too much of a maverick.
so yeah. So I will.
Bones got them thick bones.
Just glide down to where I know the stuff is.
but can you find it? Blackwind hit it really
Ooh.
good in the wilderness.
He was with us.
I
when
know
he hit
was.
it.
I know. I'm just kidding. You guys know where it is.
Yeah.
If anyone else was just stumbling across it, they might not be able to find it. But yeah, you know where your stuff is. So yeah, you can probably gather that up. How much is there down there, like weight wise? Can you carry it back up by yourself?
That's actually
How many? It was just one pack, wasn't it?
Was it
no,
just-
my backpack.
It was mine and his.
Oh,
You might have to-
Gerald kept his. Like Gerald.
I'm just trying to determine. I know you guys can eventually do it back and forth. I'm just trying to figure out how much time this would take you, whether it's multiple trips or not. So
My backpack's probably about 25.
I'm at 56.6 right now. If I equip my backpack, it goes up to.
I guess it's true.
It's like 90 pounds of stuff strapped to it.
So it's
'Cause
probably over 100 pounds. So is that going to take you multiple trips then, Brad? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
your maximum is,
210.
and you've got 57 on you.
You could
'Cause you're
drop
not-
me.
Because yeah, you've got 57 on you. So 100. Yeah, it's going to take you probably 2 trips to do it. Well,
Fair enough.
no, because you're gonna have to be under heavy, otherwise you won't be able to get up there because your speed will be reduced too much, right? So you can do 130 max, so probably 3 trips if it's over 100 pounds, is what I'm looking at. So
The 100 trap itself is 25, so if he drops that,
yeah,
that's 25
I mean,
pounds.
like I said, you can still do it. It's just gonna take you more
Well,
time than.
You would leave your backpack up with us.
My backpack
I'm-
is in the holding.
Oh.
Yeah, he
I-
doesn't have his.
I
Oh,
specifically thought about like I'm gonna need to be able to potentially leap up this building. I can't be encumbered to do that.
Like literally, the only weight that Quillen has on him is his armor, his shield, his hammer, and a water skin.
Yeah, I know. It feels so bad, these rules where it's like I do have 14 strength. It's not like I'm weak, but I feel like in order to move normally, it's half plate or wearing armor is
heavy.
so hard.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Ugh.
But that's why the AC is so good. Anyways, so yeah, we'll say it'll take you three trips up and down to gather what's down there and bring it up. I mean, you can. It probably takes you. I would say. For ease, we'll say it probably takes you close to 10 minutes to gather the stuff, fly it back up because you got to be pretty careful. You know, you can't slow fall again. And the second time down, you're going to be slower going down. Right?
How about this?
Well,
How long would it take me to? How long does it take me to take off half plate? And
Assistant, 5 minutes.
assisted it's like 5 minutes, so you
Uh,
won't
I
save
could
much
slow
time.
fall you
Then
one of the
never
other
mind.
times.
well, I was thinking like if it's something I could pop off really quickly, I would be like after the first run, I'd be like, okay, your guys' stuff is a lot heavier than I thought. Hold on.
Yeah, we got 100 feet of rope. Get it within 100 feet, tie it onto a rope, and we'll pull it up the rest of the way. So
Yeah,
that's
but I
100
mean,
feet left.
either way, well, let's just say about 10 minutes, up and down a few times, using ropes, whatever. I don't. Realistically, it'd probably take you longer than that, but let's just say 10 minutes.
Sure.
Um, so because you want to gather your stuff before stepping through the portal, yeah?
Yeah.
If we can, hopefully.
Okay.
Ideal.
Is anybody else doing anything? I guess Blackwind, if you're helping just with gear, with rope, like because that would be a little bit faster to just fly up, leave it where you can tie it to a rope, and then Blackwind can haul it up while you go
While
down for the
he's
next
getting-
one. And yeah,
Yeah,
Blackman can fly for a few more minutes too, so maybe he can.
but
help
only
us.
like 10 feet
Anyway.
around, so.
10
fly,
minutes.
fly very slowly for 10 minutes.
Meanwhile, I'm going to be flying around the room.
Yeah. So
very slowly.
yeah, unless you're doing so, Archie. Are you doing anything during that time?
I want to study the portal and make sure it's staying stable. That it doesn't show signs of closing. It doesn't show. I just want to use my magical knowledge to just make sure it's staying stable and staying open.
Sure.
Or what closes it?
Yeah. I mean, it does seem to be stable. It's not shrinking. It's not changing.
Can I figure out if there's a way to turn it off if we needed to?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check while you're studying it to try to figure it out more.
Worried about my...
Your best guess, you'd have to try it to be sure, but you're not sure whether it can activate. Again, if you do, your best guess would probably just be to either retrace the symbol again or trace it backwards, maybe, like untrace it, because it's still glowing up there while the portal's open.
Yeah,
There doesn't seem to be anywhere down here that's affecting it. It all seems to be emanating from that symbol, which is unfortunately halfway up on the wall. It's not that far up. It's like 15 feet up, like halfway up. So while you're studying this and everything, back on the other side of the portal, I just wanted to figure out how much time we have before anybody else steps through for these guys. So Jonah, you were looking at the levers and things before you.
Do the levers have like a position? Like, is it like an ABC or is it just like on off?
The lever was just a simple switch, like basically switch on and off. And last time you were here, assuming this is the same place, last time you were here, it was like each switch basically changed the state of it. So it was like a switch, and that created a purple portal. Switch again changed the color to blue. Switch again turned it off. So it was like it cycled through. It wasn't like you chose blue or purple. It was just, yeah.
Do I know what time it is?
Assuming you didn't lose any time stepping through the portal, it does definitely seems to still be night in this moonlight. You guys assaulted the spire probably around 8 or so. So it's probably like 8:30. You didn't have a rest in the spire, right?
No.
So it's probably like 8:30, 8:45, somewhere around there. It's night, it's dark out, but it's not super late.
Okay.
Oh, you're thinking because it resets at midnight, right?
Yep.
That's the same one.
Yeah, and whether I had to chug that potion, figure what time it was, but good. Glad I got it.
Yes, your time-telling potion. All right, so while you're kind of examining that a little bit, so what were you doing, Alan? You can go.
I'm just gonna like crack open the door if it's closed and make sure there's nobody else in here, or that it's clear and we're safe to just kind of hold up.
Yeah, so you it's a double door, so you go and it does have handles on the side, so you go and it's a push. It pushes open. It goes about a half a foot, and you hear the jangle of a heavy chain on the other side.
Ooh.
And you can see through through the crack, which is only about like an inch wide between the two doors. You can see there is like a heavy chain, several heavy chains in fact, with like strung across the outside of the door. It is dark on the other side. You have low light, right?
Yeah.
Low light. You can make out in the gloom through the little slit. You can make out that you're up on the second floor, and there's an open balcony below. Some sort of like old warehouse. You assume it looks very similar to where you were before, as far as layout.
In the middle with bars over it.
You can't see that from up here. It would have been out of the angle down below if it is the same warehouse, but it looks as you're like 95% positive you're in that same room.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pull the door shut again. That's a problem for when everyone else is here.
And the mighty heroes met their demise by starving to death in a warehouse.
Let us out. Oh god. Did you? So you guys have? I mean, it's gonna be 10 minutes. Do you guys do anything else in that time while you're in this little room? You let me know. Otherwise, we'll just fast forward back to the other group when they've got all their stuff back up top.
I would quick. You know what? No, if I think we're in the port, I'm just gonna wait.
What about you, Jonah?
Yeah. I would ask Aelin, hey, do you think we should pull a prank on them?
I mean, like what?
Well, yes or no?
Sure, Jonah.
Okay. I will use my last spell slot to make a potion of altar self, and I'll give it to Aelin, and I'll be like, do Nani Putu, and I'll be on the altar. And when they come in, it'll look like you're killing me.
Can I be the one on the altar? I feel like your stature is a little more closer to hers.
No, I mean, it's altar self. It'll work. Come on.
I don't.
Fine. I'll be the Nani Putu.
I feel like this is a prank on me, Jonah, because I don't want to die when through the portal.
Oh, don't be scared. Don't worry.
You think so?
Yeah. All right. So I'll drink the potion of altar self, and I will look like Nani Putu. And you mind if I pour this vials of zombie blood all over you, or is that too far?
I think. Let me see if I have something I can use instead.
Jonah, question.
Yes.
When you ask that, do you mind if I pour this vial of zombie blood over you? What blood are you referring to?
The vial of zombie blood that I've been keeping that we got from... I think I've gotten two. I got one from the stables, and I think I collected one from somewhere else. They've been in my inventory forever. I know one of them is from the stables.
We had a vial of vampire blood, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
It was the ones that I was trying to show to the investigator guy when we were... I collected some of the stuff from after the big fight in the arena.
Oh, you're talking like the blue from the Raptors?
Right.
Yeah.
From that fight.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure what you were doing. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I will be sure to pick up some more files in the future.
Yeah, maybe no on the zombie blood.
Could I crush some cinderberries to make it look red?
Sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're like a reddish berry, sure.
All right.
Like blueberries, squish them up.
Yeah, it turns out I don't really have anything for pranks.
Mm.
I have a bunch of ball bearings.
Big football bearings down.
Well,
Yeah, where did I come in?
while you guys are preparing your little prank, back on the other side, you guys have gathered up most of your gear, back up to the top. You're probably a little tired after all that strenuous, but you're okay.
Oh, my wings. Okay.
You have four levels of exhaustion. I'm just kidding. You're fine.
So heavy. Okay, we're good. We got everything. All right.
Right there.
Yeah, totally. Woof. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Into the portal.
Okay.
All right, I hop through.
You step in all at the same time, or
I'm assuming one at a time, like we did before.
I'll go in first.
pew pew. So Quellen followed by Blackwin, or roughly at the same time.
I guess.
Donovan?
Yeah.
Don.
Donovan will go last because you're. Renee will go second last because I assume Archie, you say you're keeping an eye on the arcane portal, make sure things don't go awry.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you're alone in.
Yep.
In the tower once Donovan steps through.
Spiders.
Sure am.
Okay. Can you give me a perception check?
Sure. It's my excellent perception. Hey, that's actually pretty good for me.
So Archie, you're standing there waiting for people to go through. Donovan, Quillen steps through. Blackwin steps through. We'll deal with the other side in a moment. Donovan kind of nods to you after Gerald disappears through, and then steps through. Do you do anything on this side before you step through as well? Do you take a moment, or you just go immediately after Donovan?
Well, I don't want to leave it open, is the thing. So, can I...
Should have told the party that.
Yeah. I would like to use Mage Hand right as I'm about to step through to start, like, tracing it backwards to try and...
Okay. So we'll say there's like a 30-second delay then, because to trace it back before you step through after Donovan. We'll come back to you in a sec. All right, Quillen, you step through. What exactly do you? I mean, other than the room as I've described, it is. You guys don't have any. You guys don't have any light, or do you guys have any light?
Black.
Did you guys light anything?
Nope, I didn't.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't have thought about it. People
So Quillen, you step through into just a very dark room, just tiny slivers of moonlight, and you can't see like yeah, that's true. You would probably immediately kind of like it's like stepping through and then suddenly you're like 3 feet off the ground, so you kind of like clank to the ground. Make a dexterity save as you land on ball bearings.
8, 10.
Oh, he's fine. Barely.
Is that what it is? A DC 10 for ball bearings?
DC 10 dex save,
Okay,
yeah.
so you kind of like clank to the ground and kind of like whoa.
Whoa!
In the dark, can't see basically shit anywhere. Vague outlines as you kind of squint to see. Followed immediately by Blackwind, who can see. Blackwind, if you could also give me a dex save for the ball bearings, DC 10. Yeah, you step out like on like one ball bearing. It's like, oh, what is this? Kick it out of the way. You can see what does Gerald will come through very shortly after you. What do they see? Donovan also doesn't have dark vision, so he kind of stumbles through the same way as Quillen, just kind of like, what the?
my default for Gerald would have been go through and help Aelin. That would have been.
Oh god.
Okay.
It would have been. She would have been worried about her brother. So sending Gerald through, that would be his.
So what do you?
Jonah, you better run.
So what do they see as they step through and slip and slide on ball bearings a little bit?
I would. Well, it'd be Danny Poodoo hunched over Aelin with my blunt dagger, and I'd be like, "Oh, hello, my friends. Good to see you again. Oh, it's a new blood you brought me as well."
Oh no!
Who's there? Who's there? Where? I can't see any. I can't see shit.
Gerald walks menacingly towards you with his fists up. Jonah, what do the rest?
I will float 20 feet up above Gerald.
Blackquin, you're the one who can really see right now. Donquin and Quillen are like basically blind, but you would have heard them that.
I flare up the light.
Alter Self doesn't change your voice, does it?
No.
Can you make a performance check for me, Jonah?
Don't have inspiration.
You're lucky Archie didn't go through because she would have attacked immediately.
Actually,
oh my god, it's terrible.
Alter Self does change your voice.
Oh, it does?
Does it?
Yep.
Okay.
The light ring, too. Just so that...
Sure, the light
because I'm confused
flare...
because I know she's dead.
Yeah, the light
right
flares, and it... I mean, the performance is awful. Like, not...
Oh no.
Does not capture Nanny Poo Poo's, like, personality, mannerisms at all. But he looks like her, though, as best as... And actually, Aelin, can you give me a performance check too? Because you were like, "Oh no."
Here we go.
Help!
Pretty convincing by Aelin, though.
I'm a classically trained actor.
Donquin. Donquin kind of like squints his eyes. He doesn't even know who Nanny Poo Poo is. Neither does Quillen. They've never met her. They weren't there. So Donquin just looks confused.
Wait, did Blackwind say that he turns?
He flared his ring up after he heard it, saw that, and yeah.
I will react to those words with horror.
Badly, like it's like a production of like a school play or something. Just like, oh no,
not that.
What's going? What is happening?
Oh, it's totally not believable, or
no. He looks like Nanny Poo Poo, but Aelin's performance is pretty believable. But Jonah's or Nanny Poo Poo's is not very believable. And then he's like kind of like floats upwards, up towards the ceiling.
If Jonah only goes 20 feet up, Gerald is going to jump and try and grapple to bring him down.
He won't be able to reach.
He gets 17 feet plus his reach with his arms.
Straight up? That's lengthwise.
As long as he has 10 feet of movement before.
No. That's length. Height is your strength modifier.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
2. So he
2
gets
plus 3, I think. So he gets 5 feet.
Oh, I see. I thought it was.
Yeah, you can't jump high unless you've got a special like high jump ability.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. So he like goes over.
I'm gonna throw a spear at Nanny Poo Poo.
What?
I
recognize Jonah's voice.
I just rushed through a portal. I'm in a dark ass room. I see Aelin on a thing. Even if you're acting weird and kind of not normal, I still don't fully understand the context of everything that's happening. So
I'm going to invite you for dinner.
All I know is that the person that that's in my party
is on an altar, screaming in pain.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
convincingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You guys might think my bad acting is me trying to act nice.
Yeah.
Well done, Aelin. You've convinced the party to attack Jonah.
This is why I didn't want to be Nanny Poo Poo.
Yeah.
I wanted you to be Nanny Poo.
Should I roll an attack?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Okay.
I only missed.
Get
Meanwhile, hold on. As this chaos is happening on the other side of the portal, Liz, so Donnequin steps through. You are like mage hand.
Yeah, I'm kind of like getting close to like I'm trying to do it at the same time, basically, like complete the thing and touch it, so I can like get through.
Okay, as you're tracing it, you hear from behind you a kind of a clicking sound and almost like a whirring sound.
Does that sound like it's gonna close the portal? Is that what it?
It sounds like it's coming from outside the building, like outside, back behind you through the. Because you'd be facing the portal, looking up
From
with
outside.
the door behind you, right? So from behind you, like outside of the room that you're in, like outside, there's this kind of clicking and whirring sound.
Do I see anything if I look back?
Yeah, you look over your shoulder and you see, kind of in the gloom, maybe about 40 feet away, just past the edge of the spire. There's a small, maybe like a softball-sized, what looks to be a spherical orb, with two like what looks to be mechanical bat wings and a big eye in the center of it, kind of sitting there, like kind of flapping and whirring as the wings work up and down, staring directly at you.
Great.
It sees you see it, and immediately like turns and kind of like starts flapping away from you into the darkness. Do you continue with your tracing?
Is takes it stays. Okay, so I can keep Mage Hand up and cast another spell at the same time, right?
I don't know. Is Mage Hand concentration?
It is not.
Then yes.
I'm gonna throw a firebolt at it. Like, how close am I to finishing?
It's just probably like. I mean, you were probably pretty close. It didn't take you very long to do it the first time. So.
Okay.
You probably just have like a couple movements to go too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pause the Mage Hand where it is because I have to use my action to move it, and I'll throw a firebolt at it as it's trying to fly away.
Sure. Give me an attack roll. Okay. Yeah, roll damage. Yeah, it hits it, and there's a small explosion as it just kind of hits it, and just explodes like a grape. Just little pieces go flying off in different directions. It kind of wheels off into the darkness in pieces.
Suck it.
Fiery wreckage. Back on the other side, there's a javelin has just been thrown by Quillen, sticks into the wall behind you. Clang.
Who the hell are you? What?
Just
Where are we?
I invited you to dinner. Do you not want to join me? I will float 10 feet closer.
I'm gonna rush up to the altar and try and get Aelin off of the altar.
Do I recognize his voice then?
He sounds
his
like
voice
Nanny
sounds
Poo
like
Poo.
Nanny Poo Poo.
Well, the voice actually is the same.
Yeah. It's an alter self spell, so. But he's not convincing in his mannerisms or how he's talking at all.
Okay. Just because I know we killed her, is there something that I can, maybe I discern that it's a fake, or I'm scrutinizing it because I'm confused because she turned into a.
Does stuff have a
No, I think you'd have to do like a detect magic type thing.
Oh, you're 10 feet closer, you said.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like an illusion. It's a transmutation, so it's not an illusion spell. It's a actual physical change. So you can't disbelieve it. It's not an illusion.
Well, he is in range of me now, if he's floated 10 feet closer.
And 20 feet up.
But you said he's floated 10 feet down, didn't you?
No, 10 feet closer. Like, not down, like, close,
Just-
like,
Laterally.
thank you. Lateral movement. Because I have to stay away from Gerald.
I have a 10-foot range, plus I'm 6 feet tall.
So 6, you could jump up, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
If you're 20 feet up, you can't reach
I
him
can't
unless you can
reach
jump
him.
over 5 feet up. Yeah.
But,
Oh.
Well, Aylin's not tied down in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
I'm gonna pull him down
Uh.
off the altar and just be like, "Dude, what the hell is happening? Where's Jonah?"
He's right above you.
What?
Ta-da! I'll change once I know the gig's up.
the gig's up when there's a blood, a glaive pointed at you, waving 4 feet away from you.
We got you.
We got you. Oh,
What?
Anyway, where's Araceli?
yeah.
Meanwhile,
Wait.
on the other side of the portal, Araceli has just blown the shit out of whatever that thing was.
Popped it like a grape. And then I will continue to try to do it at the... Yeah, go through.
Sure. Moment later, Araceli pops through the portal. I mean, there's no portal. She just kind of appears and make a dexterity check as you land on not caltrops. That would have been really mean. Ball bearings. Yeah, you're okay. You kind of stumble a bit because you drop a couple feet down and hit some ball bearings. Look behind you. The room's lit up now, even if you didn't have dark vision because of Blackman's ring. It fills the entire room with light. And, yeah, it's everyone. Blackman's got his glaive out. Gerald's got his fists up. Jonah's floating above the ground. Quillen is over by Aelin, who's lying on this altar thing.
I'm sort of I pulled Aelin off of the altar, but I'm still sort of like.
I imagine Donoquin just gotten over and like kind of like sat down, like not amused.
on the defensive.
Blackman's not amused. He's like, that could have been very bad.
Welcome to Port Nyanzaru.
Yeah.
Does Jonah still look like Nanny Poo Poo?
No.
No, I dropped it.
He dropped
I could if you like. Well, I don't think you would know that, so you wouldn't ask.
I wouldn't know that. No, I was just making sure, because if you still looked like her, that might have been a problem. But you don't. So, wait, what? It's the port?
Wait,
It sure seems like it.
We're in Port
Yeah.
Nyanzaru now.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
remember the portal room?
Yeah. There was no yellow portal. Where's the portal?
Yeah, no portal.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we got all your stuff.
Oh yeah, did you get my dagger back?
Your what?
Remember when I killed that thing and it was really cool and I threw my dagger at it?
And it fell down.
Oh yeah. Obviously, I got that.
Can I have it?
There you go.
This is a
Yours.
stick.
He definitely did not find that dagger.
I mean, you didn't loot the body, so.
Yeah, I didn't get the dagger. I was just trying to get the packs because I thought that we needed to rush through the thing.
Yeah.
So it still took a long time. Man, getting up that damn tower is tough.
Yeah, you're telling me we were laying on that stupid altar for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
10.
It's
It
been
was
like
10 minutes. Okay.
Well,
Felt like an hour.
sorry.
I'm covered in berry juice.
That sucks.
I'm
Why are you
down a
covered-
bag of ball bearings.
Yeah, now I have to pick all these ball bearings up.
Oh, I'll
Nobody
help
even
you
fell.
all in. I'll help pick up the ball bearings.
What is going on?
We're in the
Jonah
port.
tried suicide by
Fine.
party member.
Oh, I had faith in you guys.
So, is the portal is it still open on the other end? Should we stay here and make sure nothing else comes through?
Well,
Oh, also the doors are chained shut.
Oh, cool.
We didn't tell
Yeah,
him.
Archie, you're not sure if the portal closed behind you or not on that side.
Yeah, so I'll
Soon as-
explain to them what I did and what I saw before I did so. I can't guarantee that it closed, so yeah, having somebody watch this place would still be good. I also don't know if the thing I destroyed was like sending, it was like a real time somebody watching, or if it was like maybe could I tell anything about it? Thinking about what it was now, like did it look?
You can make an Arcana check. The rest of you have no idea what Archie's talking about.
Yeah, what thing?
No. I said I explained what I did and saw.
Oh, I thought you meant with the portal, not just every.
No, both.
Yeah, okay.
Both. Both of them. When he asked if they should be worried about something coming through, I would have explained the whole thing.
Oh, you rolled there, Arcana.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the roll. Yeah, definitely some sort of clockwork creature. Looked like a little clockwork bat with a single eyeball in it.
Yes, I don't know if it was like a scry.
It was very easy to destroy, that's for sure.
Yeah, it could have been like a scry, so they could have like been watching, so they saw exactly what I was doing, or it could have been a report back. I don't know.
The things that attacked with the gargoyles at Kirsabal, those were mechanical too, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. My guess is same.
Yeah.
Source.
Have I, in all the times that I've been spent at Kirsabal and in the area, have I ever seen any just flying automaton looking eye things?
I'll leave it up to chance. Roll me a d20.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Chance whether or not you've encountered these before.
12.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I've encountered these before.
You have?
Yeah.
Where?
Probably like just once.
Just once though.
And I mean, you could roll an Arcana too, Quillen, but I don't know if you'd know anything about them at all. Yeah.
Yeah,
you've seen them, or at least one of them. Yeah.
I've seen something like that before. So she's not making it up, is what I'm saying.
What would make you think that I was making it up?
I'm just, stress, the panic of the situation sometimes. But you're not, so we're fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But you don't know anything about them.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Great.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I mean, yeah, you killed it, so seems like that. That's good.
Yeah, assuming that was, enough.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
do you guys want to go back or use the portal for anything else? Maybe we should try the leather. Maybe the yellow one will show up this time.
Let's try the mechanism and see if it's still the blue and purple or if the yellow's in the mix now. Yeah.
Wait, you guys want to leave the port?
Well, no, I just want to know if it's possible to use it to go back that way again.
Yeah. I mean, we still had like a whole dragon treasure to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like being back in the port, but also I like dragon treasure.
But it would also just for future if we needed to say go back to Kirsabal, or it would be nice to have a portal that took us halfway there.
Yeah.
That
No,
would be.
that's a good point.
So yeah, let's do that.
Where do we leave our canoes?
Well, I have the folding one.
Yeah.
The other
other ones
two
are still-
The other
We're
two are
down.
down in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't about to fly up a canoe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that would also be nice if we could retrieve those.
Man, yeah, we have to go back and get the canoe and the dagger.
Yeah. Well, and that like crazy lightning shit that thing had.
Well, I
Oh.
think it might have exploded. I think it might have been what gave us the vision was that being destroyed and like the essence being let out. But I don't know for sure, and I didn't get any look at it at all.
All right, Jonah. You want to
Right.
hang on? Let me
Yeah.
clear out some more of the ball bearings.
Oh, I'll help with the
Just-
ball bearing.
Our
Dwayne-
drill just like, sweeps it away.
Yep.
Inside.
Donna Quinn is
They
just
got
sitting
their
meditating
marbles
off to the
off.
side.
Somebody's gone, lost their marbles.
I will pull the lever.
There is
Pull my
a
finger.
clicking, grinding sound from the altar in front of you. And then it clicks a final time, and there's a shimmer as a purple portal materializes in the center.
Purple.
Where it's purple now.
I will. Okay, we got the purple one. I'll click it again.
There's a grinding sound. The purple portal kind of shimmers and kind of transitions to a light blue color.
Light blue. Okay.
Fingers
Got
crossed.
the light blue, and I'll click it again.
It explodes. No, there's a clicking, grinding sound, and the blue portal slowly transitions to a yellow color.
Yay! Look what we got,
It
guys.
unlocked.
Woo!
Collect
Yellow.
all the rainbow.
So you're saying that we go through that, we go right back to
Should theoretically, take us back to
Firetown.
Firefinger.
right. Wow, I mean, that's amazing. I've never traveled that fast.
Do the rest of us know that we're chained in here?
Yeah. I mentioned the doors are chained shut.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to bounce up the door.
Hey, well,
It's
that's
like,
cool.
Let us out!
We don't have to go back right now, though, right? I mean,
No.
we can if you want to. This is your guys' the whole thing. I'm just
I mean, I wouldn't mind spending a night in the port. This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
this would be
know-
amazing.
You know
Yeah.
what's going to be really cool is that if we kind of like try not to just stick out like a sore thumb like we usually do, nobody will know that we are here. And we maybe could have some nice like rest here without worrying about the leftovers of the 12 or whatever, the 2 now.
True. But also, I want to check in with my raptor and with the
You have a raptor.
Triceratops guys, and
Yeah, there's a
Oh.
lot of shit we could
Oh
do.
my god. I did not prepare for the port.
did Baz leave anything here? Do we have to take care of any of Baz's stuff?
I don't know if Baz, did you have anything in the bank?
Yes.
Oh, he
I
definitely had money in the bank. Yeah.
I didn't have any money. But
Oh, and the
I've got-
adamantine ingots were in the bank. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and the King
The tools.
Mbala Mason's tools.
The Mason's
Yep.
tools.
Those are valuable. I mean, they're magical tools.
Yeah, I wonder how the bank. I wonder how they handled if the owner is deceased. Well,
Well,
or
you guys.
unavailable.
I'm pretty sure when you guys were putting stuff in the bank that you guys had registered your party as
Yeah.
if something happened to one of you, someone else in the party could withdraw them. So Quillen and Donquin couldn't pull it out because they weren't there at the time. But I'm pretty sure you guys we had gone over that when you put stuff in there in case something happened to you, the rest of the party could retrieve stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Well, if not, I could always look like Baz, and I will turn into Baz, but like a
I-
statue.
like they might.
What? Too soon, Jonah.
It's only been a day.
Yeah, it's been like 48 hours.
No,
It's been like
The
As long as you don't turn into him as a stone statue, that'd be fucked up.
no, God.
No, yeah, that's what I said.
Look at me.
Look at
I'm
me,
stone.
Jonas snapped.
So, speaking of Baz's adamantine ingots, where was the forge that we were supposed to that like would have been able to
That
work
would have been
them?
the dwarven.
Yeah, where was that?
Down to the
South,
south.
northeast, southwest, down by the volcanic area.
Down south.
It's down in the mountains in the southwest, under like the basin and
Oops.
stuff down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
further south of the basin.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
All
ding.
the way on down on the coast, basically down there. That's where the dragon is.
Got it.
Which we're gonna, if this whole the Batiri are connected to the visions that we saw in Mesro, we're gonna have to go down there and deal with the dragon as well.
Do we have any windows in this room?
There
is a
isn't.
little.
There is not. There's like some small cracks in the wall because it's like in that old ancient stone wall. There's like small cracks in the wall and ceiling that's letting just tiny streamers of moonlight through. But there's no actual windows here at all. It's completely closed off.
Are there any other noises besides the racket that we're making? Doing whatever we're doing?
I mean, you can give me a perception check. Try to focus in on other than the talking in the room.
Suddenly there's a party happening. It's a raid. It's a raid.
I mean, I am a little concerned that nobody is
Is this a
watching
hidden
this
perception?
place. Because
Well, I mean, it's chained shut, so
well, sure, but
Corey?
maybe the watch is outside.
Sorry. What did you say, Ryan?
Did you say? Did you want this as a hidden perception?
No. I will always ask to put it in the tower if it's supposed to be.
Okay. Oh, not bad.
Yeah. You can hear. I mean, it's later at night, but it's not like midnight or anything, right? So the city is still alive. So you can hear like maybe a few boats. You can hear some low din. It's a ways off though, because if you'll remember where this is located, it's kind of was off to the side, like north of the bathhouse. So you can mainly hear sounds of like the harbor, maybe a few ships. You can hear like a bell or a buoy, kind of like clanging as it's just out in the harbor. And you can just make out like maybe some din of maybe some nightlife around the harbor in the harbor district. Remember, just north of you, there was kind of where that smuggler's passage led. There was kind of that kind of more rough and tumble district north of the fish market and stuff. People were, I mean, later at night that would quiet down just like the rest of the place, but.
oh right, the docks. Yeah, the
yeah.
docks.
So there, you can barely make out. And the other thing you can probably make out with an 18, you can. It sounds like maybe some sort of contingent of soldiers or something, like maybe training or something. Because if you'll recall, the fort is kind of right near where you guys are as well. To bring the map up. Yeah, the fort is. Yeah, so the bathhouse is like just north of you actually, and the fort's just north of that. So you can barely make out sounds, maybe some sounds of maybe some soldiers, doing some training or something. Sounds of ships, but that's about it. This is a pretty quiet neighborhood, as you recall from last time you were here. The bathhouse is a pretty serene area of town, so.
Except when we go there.
Yeah, then it's a bloodbath house. Get it?
I like it.
Ah,
Intimate Corey.
ah.
I'm here all week. Tip your server.
Well, quite literally, like somebody got smashed in the pool.
That was Jonah, wasn't it? Sorry.
The bystanders. They got smashed in there.
Yeah,
Well,
so
do you guys want to go back? If not, I'm going to turn it off.
I think turn it off for now, right? If we're spending the night here anyway.
Well, I guess the question is do I want to go back and grab the canoes?
I think we can wait till
Who cares
tomorrow
about
for
the canoes?
canoes.
Do you want me to go back and get your dagger? I can
I
get that.
could
No, it's-
send Gerald. I could just get him the stuff here. I could send him to like just ferry the canoes back through.
I don't think we should risk there's already spies and stuff around there. Let's go back, but let's go back like together in force.
Remember the problem we had destroying the ladder at the very top?
He made it just fine eventually.
How is he going to climb pushing a canoe up the ladder?
Figure it out. Ropes.
Yeah. Logistically, getting the canoes to the top of that tower would be a... Have you ever tried moving a couch up a staircase? This is infinitely harder.
And by yourself, if you're...
Well, thankfully, golems have infinite patience.
Yeah, well, that's true. Maybe.
He'll still be working on it by the time we get back
1,000
there.
years from now, they will come.
It will be put to the
Gerald decides the easiest way is to just slowly punch the pillar till it collapses. The canoes are just rotted husks by the time he's done. Anyway, sorry. Back.
Anyone?
So, yeah, do we want to try and finesse this chain off of the door, or just bust it?
I'm guessing that
Oh, you can do magic hand stuff, Archie, right?
I mean, I got mage hand.
Yeah.
I
pull
got
the
they
chain
just
off.
break the chain in front of this thing, I'm going to be really disappointed with them.
I can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item. So I guess manipulate the hand to use the hand to manipulate an object. I could try, but I can't see it from this side.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can crack it open. You can see like a couple inches.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Can
could try.
anybody teleport or kind of like, or the equivalent to get through an opening or shape change?
Donaquin could shift into something small and move through it.
Move through.
Yeah, this would seem like a good Donovan.
Be a snack.
Or spider. Not a spider. Don't be a spider, Donovan. Please don't.
A giant spider?
Oh God!
Let me hug you, Archie.
I have 8 arms for hugging.
Be a mouse. Be a,
Yeah, something small he could move through, yes.
He could be a beetle. He could be a fly.
cockroach.
Why? Why does that where your mind goes to gross
Be
things?
A
Mouse.
I can't think of anything
So,
smaller.
Jonah, are you turning the portal off? Just asking. Hand's still on the liver.
Yeah.
The party hasn't really answered your question that you posed to them yet.
Well,
I think we should.
I will
I go back right
concede
now.
to the party, even though leaving the canoes makes me.
It's just a canoe.
Yeah, those things are worth 100 gold, and I'd like to get that. I'd like to try and sell them for a portion of that back.
They're not going
I
anywhere.
say not tonight. Tonight, I'd like to rest.
If you can teleport them up to the top of the tower or fly them up, that would be wonderful. Sure.
Yeah,
but
better that we leave them there for when we go back, because we're gonna need to go north on the river anyway.
we're gonna have a network of
Fun though.
teleports and canoes left all over the place.
All right. I might shut the lever.
Shut it. Flush it.
Meow.
It shimmers and turns red.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I'm going to go towards it.
No, Jonah, stop.
okay.
Well,
Okay,
definitely
okay.
not Firefinger.
Okay.
Inspiration to Corey. What a twist.
Ah, nobody was expecting that.
None of us saw that coming. Holy crap.
Do it
Ooh,
again.
where do you
Do it
get
again.
this one?
What if there's like 50 portals? Like,
Oh my god.
oh my god, please.
I just want to go home.
Does that mean
What?
somebody else tried to come through, or is it open because of us?
Or
Well,
yeah,
we
or it means
set
another one
motion
opened somewhere.
A series of
It-
events.
Maybe we.
What if one of them's Mesro?
It could be. I mean, we. Yeah.
Red could be down closer to the volcanoes. It could be.
Or do
Oh
you,
my god, it could be
do
anywhere.
you think it could be to Elmo?
Well, we don't know what blue
Here,
is,
not here.
or wait.
Yeah, was purple or blue the one that went to Belobo?
Purple.
Purple.
Yeah. Don't know where blue goes.
You guys never
We-
stepped through the blue. No.
We did not. We assumed. Well, we assumed that it went to where the other person was, but we were thinking, that was the 2-8. But we never. So now we have 2 that we need to test out.
Hey, wait, blue
Yeah.
would go inside
Yeah.
with water. color-wise.
Or
Huh?
well,
I'm just like blue water.
Wow.
It has probably nothing to do
Oh,
because we're at Firefinger right now, and it's getting
interesting.
Well, yeah, that doesn't really matter. What does purple have to do with snakes?
because snakes.
And what does yellow have to do with? Wouldn't it be like orange?
Yeah, I don't think.
It's science. Don't fight it.
Don't fight it.
yeah.
Just let it happen, Alan.
So far, the two
Sorry, I couldn't help myself there.
the two that it connects to have been down the Tiriki River. That's interesting.
Let's flick it again and see if we get another color.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
What
We're
color
not
do you guys
gonna
think
jump through
next?
anything.
I think.
I'm gonna
Off.
bet. I'm
Off,
betting
yeah.
on nothing. I'm gonna bet on it turns off.
Oh well, if
Yeah.
everybody's going to be a bet off, then I'm going to bet on a different color. Green, and I'll
Yeah. Green.
hit the lever.
There's a
Orange.
grinding sound and the portal vanishes.
Yeah.
I'm just playing that.
Fire.
But
Oh,
to
you
be
guys
fair,
are right.
until we activated the yellow one, the green one or the red one wasn't there. So there could still
Well,
be.
we don't know that.
Huh?
Maybe they activate
The red one
theirs.
could have been activated during the 2 months that we've been gone.
I guess so. That's
Or
true.
we could have accidentally activated it at one of the other sites and not realized it.
Yeah, we should talk to Utepka because they were the ones guarding it, right? Maybe they know.
Yeah.
Maybe they. What if it was at like Laughing Gorge?
It could be.
We did trace the
We
one
chased
there.
people there. What's that?
You can just talk, Quillen. You don't have to raise your hand.
This is Brad raising his hand for DM. I know that I can't remember her name, but the matron of Kirsabal,
Ashara.
she knows and is involved with the Utepka, right?
Indirectly. Ashara, the Atepka followed the princess. Ashara is the guardian of the princess. That she's not necessarily
Okay.
Utepka herself, but yes, she's aware of them and knows them, their allies, etc.
The main thing that I remember was that when Ashara learned that we were with the Utepka, she was like, "Oh, well, that would have made things a lot easier. We would have been totally open." But okay, so it's safe to assume that Quillen is familiar and knows.
Yeah,
about-
yes. You would have been definitely filled before they offered to send you with them. You would have been, even if you weren't before, you definitely before they introduced you to the party would have been filled in on all of that. But I imagine because of your loyalty to the princess that you would know about them already, regardless. You
Or
kind
even
of
be in-
No, he's not a member.
Not a member? I would
No.
think he would be, being so like devoted
Yeah,
to
you'll
her.
need to sit out of our meetings.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
He's not a
That's how
card
it is.
You're going to
Carrying
miss out
member.
on some really great Danishes. The bear claws, I really recommend.
and bear in mind too that technically, as far as you're aware, the Atepka operated as an organization separate from the monarchy for a while, right? Before they realized that Princess or anybody was still even alive, right? That's a relatively recent development. The Atepka, I've learned about her.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, what's our next step?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Maybe
Yeah.
go someplace private?
That's
Well, I
pretty
guess
fun.
that's the question. Are we hiding for any reason?
I don't think so.
Well, Blackwind had said not to make any show of you guys being back because the 12 could be looking for you if you return to the city. You
We
have
could have a
you have
moment of
enemies here in the city that benefit them not knowing you're back, right?
But I thought they left. I thought
Yeah,
they
it
fled
seemed
us.
like-
Well,
There's two left.
there was.
Yeah, but didn't they run away?
Yeah.
Well, we've been gone.
That was
for
also
what?
2 months ago.
No, I agree.
I think, I mean,
Um,
laying low, sure, but I mean, I think we should
slight
meet
problem.
with people.
I didn't know we were coming back to the city so soon.
Not
So
totally.
I sort of, and I will take out the dancing monkey fruit. Be like,
Oh.
so we got this problem. I was just going to take care of it when we're out in the jungle, but
Oh god, you
Uh,
just smuggled illegal goods into the city.
Am I a
Technically.
baddie?
You
No,
just
you could.
smuggled-
Why didn't you just throw it through the portal when it was open?
I didn't think of it.
Here, just eat it. Just eat it all.
You gotta eat it.
That's a joke.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, Dad.
God,
You gotta eat it all.
Does Jonas still have like riot root and shit on him too?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a
Oh
lot of
my God.
contraband.
Yeah. I mean, maybe just keep that on the down low and hidden in your bags. Hopefully,
Well,
you don't get
yeah,
searched
put
by
it-
customs.
put it in the bag of holding,
Okay, good idea.
and then
No
and
one
they
will
have
know
to
it's
know that
there
it's in
unless
there.
you have to know it's there to get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't just upend the bag of holding and dump it out, right?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
Oh, you can. So, I mean, if someone
Yeah, but
searched
they would-
you,
Inside out,
Yeah, they would have to
everything
take
falls
it.
out.
Yeah, but otherwise, it's not like you can rummage through and just.
Yeah,
And
but that's
you know to do that.
Okay. All right.
God.
yeah. Let's another reason to kind of lay low then, and maybe make this a brief stop.
So I shouldn't. Just to be clear, this is my first time in the port. Very excited. Been wanting to see the place for a long time. I shouldn't fly from roof to roof.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't draw any more attention than normally it did to us.
I mean, yeah, I think
walking before.
nobody knows you're with us unless you're
Yeah.
seen with us. So maybe we get settled, and then you can just do whatever you want in the city
Okay.
on your own.
I would love to do some sightseeing.
He has a sign on him that says, "I'm with the good group, the good guys, the heroes."
Yeah, there's lots of good. We do have business, though. We have to go see Tuttle Tome, right? Don't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
No, I need to.
Donaquin would also let he's been to the port before, but nobody knows that Donaquin's been with you guys either. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but turtles are often do draw attention because they're quite rare and seen as like good luck charms and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a, if you want to lay low, having him walk around with you would definitely draw a lot of eyes to the party.
I mean,
Aarakocra are rare, but they're not unknown, and yes, you probably at some point might have seen an Aarakocra.
Okay. Why don't I work on unlocking the door? And then maybe we send Donaquin or Quillen to the
Thundering
Thundering Lizard with a message so he can get the it to the guy, the Utepka, and then they can come here, or potentially unlock it and somebody from the Utepka is just right here
Yeah.
Donaquin also doesn't know
outside.
who the Utepka are.
Well, no. That's why I said send a message to the guy at the Thundering Lizard, the proprietor there, and have him pass it to It's been so long since we've been here. All the names have left my.
Remember, Olin's not a member of the Utepka either. He doesn't know.
No, but he can get a message to Clevin. It was
Right.
is my.
I see what you're saying.
I will also inform Donaquin about the Utepka.
I feel like that should have come up at some point
First of all, probably
in the last
Yeah,
month or so.
considering
With
that-
Quillen, it's understandable. What he already knows about them. I feel like Donaquin, you would have filled him in by now.
Wasn't he
Okay,
with us
good.
when I kind of found out that, like, we had that meeting with the princess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's
that would
true.
have been a good point.
That probably would have been.
Like,
Donaquin
still,
is
like,
aware.
He wouldn't know any of them personally, but he
Yeah.
knows of
Of
the
them.
organization.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, so
That would be my suggestion is either so we unlock the door if somebody from the Utepka is here, great, but otherwise we send one of them with a message to get to them, and then we just wait here maybe and then they can come to us.
Well,
Then tomorrow.
if we want to be as quiet as possible, I mean, I believe me, I want to be the one to do what you're saying, but I think the Donaquin is probably the best option because then we wouldn't have to even worry about messing with all these chains and making a bunch of racket. He could just
Oh yeah, he could tell him to.
call animal
He
and
can
just,
go. Yeah.
That's true.
yeah, you guys want to sleep in here? When we're in the port?
Maybe for tonight. And then
Oh,
I'm with you, Alan. But
Well, it's not the middle of the night right now. Hopefully,
it's like 9. Maybe.
yeah, I would say, because so hopefully, Clevin can come and unlock the door. Then I don't have to break anything, and we can have a conversation and potentially.
maybe there's someone sitting outside the building or something.
Yeah, there's no way to know that unless we open it up.
It's fair.
We did tell him to keep an
Donovan
eye
turns
on.
into a small creature and scurries out the door.
Hi,
No,
Donacrin.
I'm gonna.
Isn't it?
he knows what to do.
I'm just saying.
Let's just say that
You said there's
that,
no way to know, but there is. Literally, you could just send Donovan out right now and then he'd come back and tell you.
Well, if somebody's on the other side of the door, they're really bad at their jobs. Since we're just standing on the other side talking.
Well, there isn't.
I
There isn't
didn't
somebody
hear
on the other
anything.
side. There might be somebody outside the warehouse, but there's not somebody on the other side of the doors we're at.
outside the building.
I guess my point was, unless they're bad at their job, they're not just going to be super obvious about it. They're just keeping an eye on it.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
the Oteptico Society are watching the warehouse.
yeah,
Hence,
Donquin's not going to be able to
change.
recognize anybody. Is the thing. He can't go out and be like, "Oh yeah, that guy. I've seen him before."
Sure.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Unless they're not secretly watching it, and it's just an obvious guard.
Then they might actually skewer him.
And we'll just pop.
But the
Just
first
portal
thing
phone
is that he can actually look and see how is it chained and locked, or because I have a feeling it's actually locked.
I'm
We
sure
know
we'll
it.
find out when Donovan gets back.
Okay.
It's chained, padlocked.
He can shapeshift several times still, I think. Maybe not.
No, he's got one
He's only got one. So if he shifts back,
until we short rest.
No, he can still see stuff and come back.
yeah, okay. He'll go out as a little mouse or shrew or something. Take a look around the inside of the warehouse. Can't open the doors or anything as a little shrew. So a few moments later, he'll come back in, shift back so he can talk to you, and he will tell you that yeah, there are several large chains just chained across the door and like hammered into the stone wall. They are kind of looped around and kind of pass through the handles of the door on the other side where you would pull, and then they are secured with a large padlock. There's no other than that, it's empty completely. There's nothing. There's just some boxes and crates and stuff. Basically, he describes how you guys saw it, minus the dead bodies have been cleared out. There's nobody around inside the building. It was basically just a big empty space with a balcony.
Does Donovan know where the Thundering Lizard is when he's been in town before? Or the Weave of Life, either?
He probably wouldn't know the Weave of Life, but I just rolled for him. No, he's
No?
not. He's not aware of where the inns are. It was all. It was probably like 100 years ago he was here.
there.
Why don't I just write a note for Clevin, and we send Donovan to the Weave, straight to the Weave of Life. Skip the Thundering Lizard completely.
Donovan would probably have concerns with traversing the entire city alone after dark, trying to find a shop that's probably closed this time of night. That he's never been to before in a city that he.
Let's just go.
If we sleep here, I can just magically unlock it, disguise myself, and walk out tomorrow.
Sure.
That's my suggestion. I can try and pick it with the knock, but if we're trying to be not obvious, disguise self is the only thing I've got, and I can't do it until tomorrow. So
Well,
unless somebody...
knock makes a noise, doesn't it?
Not like some loud knocking sound.
Yeah, except for that
It's a normal knocking sound, by the way. It's not thunder wave. It's a normal knock.
No, so it probably wouldn't even be heard outside the building.
Yeah.
It's a normal knock. It's not going to create a lot of commotion. Not more than your little skirmish when you first arrived, anyways.
Yeah.
If they would have heard the knock, they would have heard that for sure. If someone was listening So
It's meant to be so you can't secretly open a door and get into it without the person in the room or something hearing it, or, you know, on the street. It's just like knocking on a door.
Knock, knock, knocking on a normal door.
Okay, for
Well,
sleeping here
it is-
tonight. Unless
It's a loud knock. So 300 feet, actually.
okay,
Lot
that
of
might that might be
Well-
heard outside if there's someone outside the
I can
warehouse.
also, I'm also pretty good at picking locks. So, but I would have to wait till tomorrow as well.
Can you reach the lock?
Yeah, I'll ask Corey that. Can I reach the lock from inside? I can't even see the lock. It's going to be difficult to unlock. But
Yeah, I mean, you could probably. You're pretty. Not really.
I'm not too worried about.
You
the
can
knocking
when you
noise.
pushed it, it only opened like an inch or so. Like there's no way to even get your arm through that to manipulate anything.
I'm not too
So-
worried about the knock if we're doing it
During the
and-
day, it'll also be
in a busy city.
dulled by the din.
yeah. The real question is, do we want to spend the night here?
Yeah.
How important
No.
It's not. It's going to be better than the rest of the nights we've spent lately.
I'm
Yeah.
covered in berry juice.
And
is
whose fault is that?
covered. Well, do you want some riot fruit? You'll feel better.
Oh God, no.
We're in a garden.
Aylin's skin is tingling a little bit because of the spiciness of the berries.
It's like putting on Tiger Bomb.
Yeah, this is the garden too, is it not?
Doesn't it like
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Rob-
little overgrown gardenly place. Yeah.
So it's like I'm actually really happy about this little spot. I'm like, this is actually like pretty cool for being in a city.
I mean,
like
it's definitely better than just random cave in the mountains that you spent your night in the one time when you were traveling. At least it's sheltered and.
Well, the cave was pretty. That was pretty sheltered. That was pretty good for jungle.
Okay, so you guys gonna spend the night here then? You gonna
Yeah.
curl up your bedrolls
This
and
will be-
sleep it off?
sleep it off.
Yes.
Except for this
no?
and your berry juice.
Aylin says no. Donoquin abstains. So
Yeah.
Guess
I'd-
what-
I
I'll
vote
be
for
grumpy
here
about
till
it, but yeah, we're staying here.
I mean,
Till
I could
tomorrow.
try and pick the lock normally while we're here. For staying.
Normally, how?
Then I
Yeah.
don't need to burn the bell.
you have proficiency in thieves' tools?
No,
Then how are you picking the lock?
good point.
She just shoves her hand in there, like
the spectral hand.
Okay, I've seen people do this.
like you can manipulate the lock with the mage hand, but that doesn't mean you can pick it.
True. I should.
Uh,
we
Plus-
ever
pick
have
plus-
mage.
Plus, I would say, like, if you were trying to use lock, even if you were proficient with lock pick tools, if you were trying to manipulate it with the mage hand from a distance where you couldn't see what you're doing or feel any feedback from the picks, it would be
Mhm.
next to impossible to do.
I
Because
think
you-
there's a special skill like the trickster has that.
I think the arcane trickster bypasses that restriction on picking locks. I think
To a
it
certain
specifically
degree.
says that they can do it with mage hand. But
I know they can pick pockets with it.
yeah. Anyways, you're not an arcane trickster. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you guys are sleeping here. Anything else you guys want to do tonight when you're sleeping? I don't know if you have
Yeah,
anything.
I'll
else.
take my dancing monkey fruit and I'm going to try to make another concentrate from it. Using
Wow.
so
Okay.
that's easier to conceal.
Sure. Some of you are wounded a bit too. Do you guys have some? I mean, Donoquin has a couple spells left. He can. You guys will be full. We don't have to go through them. There's enough healing in the party to heal everybody up without using any medicine or anything. Since you're resting, Donoquin has like 6 spell slots left, so he'll easily be able to.
Yeah, and Archie and I can both heal 6
Yeah.
hit points.
And Quillen
Yeah.
has his lay on hands too for 30. So
We got some good
I might
incidental
take a
healing.
spell since I work in the city.
I'd like to resummon Al, please.
sure, yeah, you can resummon Al. You can. So the concentrate thing, was it a roll we did last time?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
crafting roll.
So be all the same parameters then, I guess. Right?
Do we? Yes,
Do we remember what those
I have
were?
no idea. 14
Success.
seems good.
Yeah. I would say that's a success.
I will. Great. I got 2 concentrates then.
I'm pretty sure I said it at 15. What didn't I? Maybe it was 20. But I think it was 15. I'm pretty sure it was.
All right.
Okay, so you squeeze out the last of your juice and concentrate it out into like a vial of liquid.
Juice.
Yeah, people may not recognize the extract, but they would recognize the fruit, right? So that's pretty smart. Okay. Okay, so you guys get healed up, you relax, you get your rest in, you resummon your familiar. Anything else at all? Well, you guys are trapped in here with each other for the next 8 hours.
I'm gonna drop a spell and bring enhance ability in. Seems how we're in the city.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good point. If you guys want to change your prepared spells for this day, make sure you take a look at that if you prepare spells. Paladins have to do that too, by the way. They have to prepare spells for the day. They don't just have their whole list.
Yeah.
So Brad should decide if Quillen changes his prepared spells then.
Yeah, he's just grabbing. Our food just arrived, so he's just settling it.
No, there's no time. Gotta do it now.
There's no time.
Too late.
The spells for today are smite.
The spells for today are order food.
They're always smite. All right. Well, you.
In the morning, once we get my new spells, I'm gonna prestidigitation the berry juice off of my brother.
Up, man. You look like
Really?
you were in a pie eating contest.
Well, you guys wake in the morning, do your various meditation or prayer rituals and studying, etc., to get prepared for the day. You wake up relatively well rested. I mean, it's at least it was flat ground and free of vermin and rain and everything. It is. You guys should mark off. Did you mark off some food? Can't remember.
I didn't have to because
I don't think we had to last time, right? Yeah.
No, I found food.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is this a long rest?
This will be a long rest. Yeah.
All right. May roll for. I get 2 potions now. I just haven't been rolling for it. 2 and 3.
I recognize that background.
The rooster's back.
The rooster's back.
Can we have a side quest to kill that rooster?
That rooster's been dead for 10 years. Spectral rooster. Giant spectral rooster. Anyways, so it's a kaiju-sized spectral rooster attacking the city. So you guys awaken on the 13th of Mythal, the spookiest day of the year. It is a quiet morning. You do hear, a little bit more noise than you did last night. Mainly, there is kind of like a loud kind of like cranking sound in the morning that I don't know if you guys have ever been on this side of the city at sunup, but there's like a very loud cranking, clanging sound that comes from outside, like to the north of you somewhere.
That makes sense.
And yeah, there a little bit of rain kind of drizzling down and like leaking through the little cracks and stuff, and some tiny streams. It's still dim light in here because there's no windows, but tiny streams of sunlight coming through. It's pretty humid in here. The air doesn't breathe well in here, so it's probably a little stuffy, and especially with you guys, your sweaty bodies. It's not a very large room, so
You're saying it's like the jungle.
I'm saying it's like, have you ever gone into like an old stuffy shed in the middle of like 40-degree heat in the summer when it's been raining? It's just kind of like humid and gross. But
I'm using the staff to just circulate the air with gust.
Just by waving it.
Yeah, but in the morning, the day is yours. What do you do?
All right.
So now
the
the,
fuck
the
outta
knock
here.
might get, lost in the din or confused with something crashing, or maybe it'll draw
Did we lose John again?
attention.
Yeah, we did.
Oh no.
No, don't. Oh, there.
You got
Hey.
sucked through the portal.
All right.
So we're going back to exploring through the portals, right? That was the plan. Eh? No, nobody. Okay, I'll open the door.
you cast knock.
I cast knock.
There's a loud knocking sound, and then there's a click, and then there's a clunk, and then there's silence.
I try and push the doors open.
There is a loud grating sound as you push the chains that are no longer locked in place, and they just kind of like grind and push themselves out as they get put, like scraping against the side of the doors. You kind of stretch them out, and then there's a clanking sound as the chains fall to the ground as they fall off the hooks on the side. And the door swings open into a dimly lit warehouse that you've been in before. There's some dark stains on the floor in various places in the wood. Perhaps the remnants of a battle long ago.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I'll go check the front door, see if it's chained too.
It doesn't seem to be. The door, if you turn
Like
the
I'm just
handle,
testing it, not opening it fully, just testing
Yeah.
to see.
I mean the handle turns fully. Doesn't seem to be locked at all.
Interesting.
At least not from this side. Maybe it was locked on the
Alright.
outside, but
We should lock the chain again before we leave.
sure, easy enough. You don't have the key though, but you can still click it
Do we
shut.
need-
But you wouldn't be able to get.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you can't
I'm
easily
really
get back in without knocking it again if you lock it again.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
I also have tools. I'm pretty good with tools, so.
oh,
Yeah,
fair
I'm
enough.
sure Joan could.
Okay, so you guys put the chains back
Now-
up in a rough approximation of how they were and click it shut. Okay. Takes you a couple minutes to do that, no problem.
Okay. Okay, so what's the plan? Do I want to just do we want to have one of Quillen or Donequin just open the door and then step back in and see if somebody comes over?
I mean,
Oh.
at that point, why don't one of us do it? Because
Yeah.
we want to be recognized by the people who are watching this place.
Okay.
I'll step out.
Sure.
We just didn't want to be recognized by anybody else, was my thought.
Yeah, well, not many people are probably watching this door specifically.
Yeah, but Utepika aren't going to know who Quillen or Donequin are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going out. I'll step out.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'll slip out the door.
The door opens into an empty street. There is nobody about that you can see in this oft-forgotten corner of this abandoned warehouse. The poor Northside Market textile house, long defunct. Looking about, you can see the bathhouse to the north, you can see a crutch of buildings to the left, and the rising golden dome of the Hall of Gold on the hill in front of you, the bank. Behind you, the sounds of the sea crashing against the bluffs and sailing ships. Looking around, yeah, it seems to be pretty empty this time of morning. Granted, it is relatively early. The only, because you went to bed relatively early, so it's probably just after sunup. The only sounds you can really hear are coming from the north to the harbor, probably because that's where all the fishermen are launching their boats for the day. Yeah, coast seems clear. Nobody seems to be
Okay.
watching that you can see. You can give me a perception check though in the tower, if you will.
I would love to. I really love to.
Yeah.
Do the symbol.
Yeah. No, that's it. There's a light breeze and a very, very light drizzling rain coming down, but it's not bad at all. Just kind of cuts the heat a little bit.
I'll just say through the door. It seems clear. I'll step away from the door though. Maybe go to a building on the other side or something.
Yeah.
And tell them that they can come through, or they might as well come through. If they're gonna make themselves known, then they might do it.
So you had like across the little square, so you can see like up and down the street.
Yeah.
Okay. Look. Sure. As you're making your way across the square, which is empty right now, the rest of you inside, are you gonna wait or head out or?
Just watching through the open door.
I mean, look,
See-
did Blackwind give an indication like, yeah, come on out?
Yeah. He said that the coast was clear.
Seems clear, anyways.
I mean, Quillen would, unless someone was going to prevent him from doing so, he'd probably just walk out.
Peacocking. I'm in the city.
Yeah, no, if birds had, a proper ability to grin, that's what you'd see on Quillen's face right now. I'd be like, wow.
Oh my god, a bird smiling is so evil looking. Stop it.
Because it's more like just the beak is open and
The feathers around your head just kind of like perk up slightly.
Woofing. Woofing.
Country boy in the big city.
Blackwood making your way across the square to the crossroads there, looking north, you can see like the outside of the bathhouse. The street there is mostly empty, but in the distance you can see like basically the entranceway to the fort, and you can see that there is a few maybe patrols of guards that are kind of like making their way just outside, maybe doing some initial like calisthenics kind of stuff just in the street there, with some sort of like captain or sergeant or something kind of drilling them, maybe about a half dozen of them, just kind of in the street just in front of here. You can see them. You can't really hear much from back here, and you don't think they've seen you in the street either. To the south is just like an empty street.
Okay. Just keep my eyes peeled while everybody comes out, and then hopefully, if it's anybody, it's the Atepka.
Okay.
I'm not gonna flash the sign everywhere. The hands that go like you.
Are we just like stepping outside and waiting and seeing if somebody comes up, or are we?
Well, I'm waiting for you guys to step out.
And waiting, or like, what's the?
I just didn't want to surprise whoever's watching, so I came out. Hopefully recognizable, and then just come out. I don't think there's that much more to do. If they're gonna contact us, they'll contact us either shortly.
So that's what I'm saying. Are we waiting in the warehouse for them, or are we just leaving and walking and just being us?
Well, we're leaving right now.
Leave. Maybe they're not watching it at all.
Or they're not concerned because
seems that way.
Where are we going?
Or they're very poor at watching.
Well, do you want to go to Tumbletown? We can head up to the north part of the city, check in with the Weave, go to Tumbletown.
I've got to make a copy of the one for Tumbletown. Could I have done that last night, knowing?
I'm sure. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah,
Because
there's plenty of time.
Mesro, it was excellent and optical, and 5% more valuable. Because I rolled a 37.
Nice.
Lies, evidence.
I did a list of all of the maps I have and how good they are. So if somebody's like, yeah, I need this map, I can be like, okay, here's how good it is. Okay. So yeah, I would have used my ability to make the copy of it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I would eventually like to make my way to the Temple of Severus or whatever his name was. With
Yeah, like I say, I
grandfather.
mean, we have to check in at the weave, at the bank. I guess it depends on.
I guess the bank is down here. We could do the bank first, maybe
Is it
before lineup.
There's
all the way on the other side?
there's the bank. I don't know if you want to stop in at the Thundering Lizard for any reason. I know you wanted to give a note or something there. Perhaps, maybe.
Well, I was assuming we were going to wait at the warehouse and have Clavane come to us so that we weren't recognized in the city. I thought that was the plan. I didn't think we were going to be wandering around the city.
It was more of a like one night of peace, which we kind of had.
Mhm. Okay.
All right, what do you guys do?
I was confused on the intentions of the plan.
Well, trying to conceal ourselves 100% the whole time. I don't know. We're very chalant.
Chalant, is that a word?
I don't even know if that's
The intention was to like get the lay of the land because maybe Clavane is just like, yeah, the 12 had.
It's just Clevin. It's like Kevin. Clevin.
Clevin, whatever. But
I think we're all right.
first time.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm just that's what I thought. That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So where to? What do you guys do?
Want to stop by the bank first?
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
fine with
there's a staircase right here that leads up to the bank. It's the fastest way.
yeah, let's go to the bank so we'll take them and take the masks so that we can get paid, and I can get the guide money back.
Perfect. I think it's a good idea.
I paid for the guide.
Is the city any different?
In what way?
Just in general. Is there there's no banners of the Flaming Fist, or is everybody still happy? Anything
Has anything terrible occurred while you're gone?
is there
Are they all
is there a
zombies?
giant zombie apocalypse?
Well, right.
We've been gone for 2 months. I don't know if there's anything just in general, like you step out and the air is different because people are
The whole
No.
port is
scared.
just roosters.
Where you are here, no, nothing seems different than how you left it, but you haven't really gone very far, so.
Okay, just.
But I'll let you know if anything stands out as
There's
you're
a
walking
giant
around.
dragon circling the city.
All right, so you're gonna go. All right, which way? This way, up here, across here, or are you gonna go up past the fort and across?
across. Right now, I'm not too concerned. I know we got enemies, but
Sure, and I guess
Yeah.
just the shortest route.
I'll walk
Put up-
like we own the place.
Hood up and mask on and try not to draw attention.
Okay. There is. Wow, you guys, fantastic, just fantastic. How's your passives? Okay, Blackwind. Blackwind, actually Quillen. Blackwind and Quillen, you guys will notice this, even with your passives. As you're walking past the bathhouse, you can see there's that big shell thing on the outside, and the bathhouse seems to be closed, and there is a sheaf of parchment kind of tacked up on the door.
And no
A sheet of what?
Colton?
Oh.
What's it say?
Well, head over there and read it.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. There is just a notice on it. It seems to be written by the city guard, and it just informs that there is a curfew in place from sundown to sunup.
But it doesn't say what's caused it.
Nope, it just says there's a curfew in place as per orders of the Merchant Council.
Well, it's a good thing we weren't running amok during the night.
What's a curfew?
It's a cur for a few.
It's you're not allowed to be outside. You have to be inside.
Not allowed to be outside.
Yeah.
What?
Return to your domiciles, or
things at night, so they don't want the normal citizens of the city to be attacked or hurt or.
Okay.
martial
Yeah.
law.
Yeah, I guess that seems responsible.
Well, it wasn't here the
Depends.
last time we were here, so this is
It
new.
wasn't, so
Hmm.
this is new.
All right.
And it's not usually a good sign. It usually means bad things have happened or are happening.
Or are happening.
Well, I'm sure we'll get some information here soon. Might as well carry on.
Yeah, it might explain why the Utepka aren't watching the door, I guess.
Maybe.
Okay. You guys make your way down to this long street. Here, bottom of the stairs, you can see that the fish market is not. You can see like there's a few people milling about, but the fish market doesn't really kick into gear until more like midday when some of the boats start coming back with their catch for the day. So, but there's a small amount of people moving about there, about their day. Heading up to the up the hill or up the stairs, there is a gate leading at the top here that leads into this kind of like little circle around the Hall of Gold. There's no guards manning this gate. It's just open. Few people now are starting to mill about as you get to the top, but as you reach the entrance to the Hall of Gold, you can see that there is not really any sort of line like there was before when you guys were here, but there is still guards like in front of the door. So yeah,
Yes.
they're just gonna briefly stop you when you get to the gates, just asking your business essentially. But if it's just bank business, they just let you go on through.
Jonah is visibly sweating.
In the middle of the group.
It's hot here. You never
Just talking very nervously.
So what did you guys want to do here? Just transfer some stuff around, or you want to deposit, withdraw, or what are you doing?
Well, this is where we do the mask for the guide.
Bring Azaka's mask. Yeah.
Azaka's mask.
Yeah.
I guess put Donequin and Quillen's name on the party.
Yeah, fair enough. Register them so that everybody else dies. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I mean you can definitely do that. I mean, given them like the mask over, Azaka left instructions just as she described. So if you want to give the mask to the clerk to keep in safety, she will return the gold that you guys paid Azaka up front, which is I think how much? 150?
150. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it set aside.
Yeah. So just if you do that, then just delete the mask off your sheet and take your gold back. You can also, if you'd like, I mean, you can leave it in the bank. Your names are still there, but if you'd like to retrieve any of their stuff you have in the bank or put anything else in, you can definitely do that. Go for it.
God, it's been so long for bank stuff.
I didn't write this down, but how long did you pay for your bank?
Well,
Oh,
we
that's a good
had
question.
yeah, because it was if you did put any, if you already do have something in the bank, they will take it out of the amount that was in there if you don't like pay up front. I think we only paid for the first month.
That's what I thought too. So
Yeah.
so it's been. I think you did that. I should have marked it on the map or on the calendar, but I didn't. But let's say that there is 4 gold less for fees because it's 2 gold per month.
Yeah.
Do you guys have just a joint one account for the party, right? Not individual accounts. I think you guys did.
I think we just did one.
I think you just did one because why would you pay like 6 times the amount?
Yeah.
When you can register it under the party. I'm almost positive that you did it under the party.
So we just have our own written down what we.
Yeah, you just keep
Yeah.
your own tally of what you've put in and out of it, basically.
Yeah.
But
So,
it's not-
somebody needs to subtract 4 gold out of what's in their bank. Then
I
one
will
of you.
take it out of the I've still got 55 gold of expedition funds in there, so I'll just take it out of that, so that can be keeping the bank going, basically, unless we need it for something.
Okay. And remember, here at the bank, you can exchange coins in any amount into any denominations that you want. There is a 5% fee on the overall total exchange. So if you change 100 coins, like 100 gold pieces of coins to platinum, they're going to take 5 gold for the service, etc.
I'm actually gonna put some coin in the bank. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
depositing withdrawing is free. They can also appraise anything that you haven't appraised yourself for 5 silver pieces to appraise something.
Art, jewelry, gems,
But
that sort of
I
stuff.
think Aelin can do that on all those kind of things anyways, so I think you already know what things are worth.
If it's only if it's gems specifically,
What kind of,
but
what
I
kind of
can
stones do we
do-
have moonstone at all?
Sorry, Ryan?
Do we have any moonstones? I can't remember.
I
don't know.
don't.
No. Okay.
But we can buy some too.
At the gem market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
I can only appraise art if it's over 100 years old.
remember
think,
as well that you can sell jewels, gems, and stuff for money here as well at the
Yeah.
bank.
I think, yeah. But as we were going up to the bank, we would have discussed. I have an opal that's worth 1,000 gold, and we have a diamond worth 500 gold. I'm sure we don't want to sell that diamond, but do we want to put the diamond in the bank maybe, or?
Put the diamond in the bank for now.
And then do we want to sell the opal? Because I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I would enjoy working with a gem that's this amazing, I think it's better off, helping the party.
Yes.
Is there a gem you would like instead?
I would have to think about that. I'll need to. I have a couple projects I want to work on, but I'm not sure what exactly I want to do yet.
I can give you a big hunk of quartz.
If you guys are selling items, any items or whatever, you can. I'm pretty sure you can put them in the party sheet, and I can convert them to coins using the sell items button, and then distribute the coins
nice.
evenly. If you want me to do that.
That's
Okay.
cool.
I have a gold ring. I don't remember picking up. Did somebody give that to me for the bag of holding, or did that just randomly appear on my sheet and I just forgot?
Might have been an item that we picked up.
Okay. I just didn't know if anybody wanted me to put in the bag. Because if not, I will.
Sorry, is it a 5% fee
So-
flat for exchange?
Well, that's the thing. I don't have anything written down about selling. So I was going to ask, like, if they buy them here, do they give us, like, a 80% of it? Like, if we took a gem to the gem market, would we potentially get a better deal? Or is everything, like, controlled by the...
No, it's pretty set.
Okay.
So you can sell art objects and gems/jewelry for 100% of their value.
Okay.
You can sell mundane gear for 50% of their value. If you have any mundane gear you don't want anymore.
Okay.
Magic items and such, you might have to go somewhere else. The bank won't deal with that, but they can. Yeah, just basically gems, jewels, and like art stuff that's just monetary value. You can sell it all here.
So we're good to sell this opal, right?
I think so. I don't... Yeah.
I have some onyx figurines that look like chewingas.
Yeah, that came off the corpse that was in the tower.
Do you guys want to keep those, or are those getting sold? Figurine made of onyx and representing a chewinga. 50 gold. We got 2.
Yeah, they weren't magical in any
No,
way.
they're art objects.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know if somebody likes to pack one around.
I've got a couple petrified fish and animals worth a couple gold.
Oh man, we should have just collected all of them. She was a money-making machine.
They were very heavy.
They were heavy, but
Hold on. I've got a couple.
I have a small gem worth 10 gold that it came with my background, but I figure it's something that I just found and thought it looked nice. But now that I'm in the city, I'm just like, you know what? I feel like money is probably better to have. So
I mean, Quillen, you're gonna get a pretty decent payday out of this, so
It's
you
true.
want to hang on to that.
all right,
And congratulations.
yeah, you know, happy to do it.
wasn't there 2 Onyx figures?
Yeah.
It was just one was put in the party sheet only. So.
Oh, did I not drag
plus
the? I didn't drag the second.
Yeah, remember when you drag stuff, it doesn't drag the stack. It drags one at a time. So.
Yeah, and dragging's been difficult for me tonight.
Yeah. Just let me know when you guys are done selling stuff, and then I'll do the sell split. I don't want to do a bunch of
I'm
times,
done.
so I'm just waiting.
I
Yep.
think most of the art objects and such were mostly on 1 or 2 people.
I'm done.
I think I don't think I have anything else.
No. I can. So it's gonna be. There's 1167 gold pieces. That just converted to. Do you guys want that? When you're selling, you can get it in different. Do you want that in gold, or do you guys want that in platinum, or? Because I can just change. They won't charge you a fee when you're selling the stuff. That's why But if you change it later, they will. So, what coinage do you want that in? Do you want it in smaller coins or just gold pieces?
Definitely at least gold.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think gold
Yeah.
is probably fine for now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put it in the bank either way, regardless of if it's gold or platinum.
Okay. Well, boom. Distributed.
Wow.
I can retire.
Holy.
I'm gonna.
Do you guys have any mundane stuff you want to sell? Because you can do. Like we can just say you can do that now too.
I was gonna buy new bolas and new javelins, but I'll
Okay.
do that mundanely stuff.
I'm gonna put Baz's master cooking utensils in the bank.
Might put the cape in the bank. See what happens.
Put all the illicit drugs in the bank.
That's just part of the idea.
Yeah. So this diamond, do we want to hold on to it on our persons? I know it can be useful in an extremely rare circumstance. Or do we want to just keep it in the bank and I don't know. I guess it's kind of useless in the bank.
And it's kind of useless right now until we can
As
cast
well.
any of those.
Yeah.
At least it's safe in the bank. I would keep it in the bank till we leave the city. Once we leave the city, let's pick it up, or at least reevaluate that. But
Okay.
Okay.
It is in the bank.
Let me know when you guys are
And,
done. Any other
I've got
logistics here.
361 in the bank. I'm rich.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a bunch.
Whoops.
I'll come back and get.
What do we
Once
put
I
it
see
for?
5 check marks there, I'll know you guys are done here, and
Oh.
I can move on with my narration and stuff. I just want to make sure you guys are done what you're doing before I do this next thing, because I don't want to distract you.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need to do here.
Okay, there's 5 checks. Oh, someone didn't
We
vote.
returned the mask.
Oh, Dunquin. Great. Okay. So as you guys are doing your transactions, and everything you need to do there, I mean, mostly Archie, you're too distracted. Same with Jonah, i.e. your perception's too bad. But the rest of you will notice that one of the other patrons who's kind of standing in a different kiosk or till or whatever you want to call them, not tills, but you know what I mean, clerk, off to the side, you notice that she kind of suddenly kind of gives a bit of a start, and then she kind of like doubles over, clutching her stomach, and lets out like a racking cough before collapsing onto the ground and starts convulsing, and you see like this black liquid coming out of the edges of her eyes and her nose.
Oh God.
Jesus.
I don't notice it.
Not initially. You didn't notice it until she fell over. But the rest of you would have seen her kind of
Step
like
over her
convulse
body.
Yeah, but you guys are like at the clerk, like with ledgers or whatever, handling stuff, and then suddenly there's this collapse.
As soon as I see that, can I cast Detect Poison and Disease?
Sure. Is there verbal material? Somatic?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as you start casting, you see probably a half dozen guards draw their swords. One says, "You there! Stop! Whatever you're doing, stop!"
Oh, well, no, I'm just trying to see if there's something wrong with her. That's it.
And
Sorry, I don't know what's wrong.
Oh yeah. He's new to the port.
Yeah.
You don't no magic in here, Quillen.
Oh, sorry. But shouldn't someone help?
there's a small kind of cluster of people. Like the clerk has come around the desk and is kind of like kneeling down beside her. But within even moments of that, she just stops shuddering altogether and just lies still. And the clerk kind of like looks around, kind of a bit horrified. A couple guards are kind of like race over there as well. The other guards all still have their swords drawn and kind of like just very warily watching you, but kind of like slowly kind of start.
Sorry, I don't know. I'll say this, and I'll say this in Charlton as well.
Sure.
I'm just like, I sorry, I'm not trying to be, bad or anything. Just trying to see what's going on. See if I can help at all.
One of the guards, maybe he's looks like he might be in charge. He kind of gestures to the others to kind of like, lower their weapons. As he's doing so, and they're kind of like sheathing their scabbards again, the body kind of like shudders again, and you see this like black wispy form kind of come out of it, and then like go screaming off out the door.
Oh
geez.
yeah.
The clerk that's like sitting at the desk with Archie and Jonah is kind of like, as she's like she's just kind of like staring over at the body, and then she kind of gets this like pitiful look on her face, and she's like, I'm so sorry. It's fine. Don't worry. You're all safe. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Does this happen often?
She's like, that's third time in the last 10 days, yeah.
What's happening? Why? Are they sick?
Is that not the death curse?
That's what it looked like to you. You've seen that happen before to that other guy in the temple.
Jeez.
And she just kind of shakes her head. She's just like, ugh. She's like, I don't know. I mean, she kind of like looks around the temple and kind of like quietly, she's just like, as long as it's not catching, I suppose. Anyways, let's conclude our business here. I think it's time for me to take a break. She kind of just like quickly finishes what she's doing and kind of hands you the receipt.
Thank you.
Looking a little green around the gills, like she's gonna puke or something. The guards have like kind of like put like a sheet or like a carpet or something, a cloak, something, I don't know, over the body. And one of the captain guys is like, nobody touched the body. We'll have to do a full investigation. Everybody else, go about your business. clear out. This is now potentially a crime scene. And then you hear one of the other guards is like, yeah, well. And he kind of like gestures towards you, Quillen. He's like, well, new to the city or not, we have laws here. There's
yeah.
no casting your magics in the city.
I apologize, Captain. I take responsibility for that. We should have informed him. We just got back. It was late last night, and we noticed that there's a curfew on the city. That wasn't here when we were last present. Has something happened, or?
He kind of like looks at you and he's like, you just got back to the city?
Yeah.
He's like, huh. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you must have just arrived this morning then. Yeah, it's for the citizens' own safety. And then he kind of like glances over at the captain, who's busy like on the other side of the room now, just kind of like trying to just keep calm down at some of the other patrons of the bank and everything. As it kind of glances over at him and then kind of glances back. He's like, yes, well, I mean, keep I'll let you off with a warning to Quillen. He's like, no, we can't expect everybody to know all of our laws the first day they're here, but that's still no excuse for breaking them. And he's like, yes, of course, the curfew, yeah, between 9 and 9, unless you're on official business in the city. It's for the citizens' safety. There's been a spate of attacks on the citizenry in the night. At least a dozen murders. Anyways, the suspects are still at large, or suspect, if we're not sure if it's one or more, but just in order to keep the citizens safe and increase our likelihood of catching someone who's not supposed to be out in the streets at night, we've imposed the curfew. Hopefully it's temporary. We'll get to the bottom of it. He's like, I can't really say much more than that. I'm not part of any ongoing investigation. And he says, kind of looks at you all, looks over, and then he kind of like catches sight of you, Blackwind. He's like, wait a minute, don't I know you from somewhere?
No, couldn't be.
He's like, no, I do. You're the Blade Claws. It's like, yeah, you're the Blade Claws. It's like, I thought you had retired or died in the jungle or something, or left. You're back.
Well, I mean, we did leave. That's where we were.
Wait, you guys are called the Blade Claws?
Well,
I don't know. No, we're not even called the Blade Claws. I think it's like the Blade Fangs.
Yeah, I can't even remember what it was anymore.
It was Blade Fan.
It was like
a long time
4
ago.
months ago.
He's like, yeah. He's like, that was great. Yeah, you guys took down Slicer. It's like, man, I lost a bundle in that match. And he's like,
sorry.
but the curfew does still apply to you. Although, he's like, you might want to check in with Soggy. He, I recall you guys showed up late. Yeah, that attack on the Coliseum later. You were there too.
We were working
You know where
with
Soggy is?
We were working with Brian last time we were Soggy. Last time we were in the city. So
Yeah.
is he on this investigation? That's who we should check in with.
He's like he is. Last I heard he had been signed. I'm sure if anybody can get to the bottom of it, sure he can. He's a fantastic detective.
Yep.
Anyways, he's like, anyways, I apologize. I'll let you go about your business. And then he kind of like, he's like, I better get back to work. And then he kind of like glances back at you as he starts to walk away, and he's just like, just remember what I said about the spell casting.
Oh, before you go, do you have any idea about who's committing those murders?
He's like,
You look like a smart guy.
He's like, I
But you
really
have to
shouldn't
do it.
comment on an ongoing investigation. You'll have to talk
Yeah,
to
but you
Soggy.
already know we work with Soggy. I was curious who you think, though.
Make a persuasion check, Jonah.
Actually,
Also,
Picking at
do you want to buy any drugs?
or used wands. I haven't sold any of those in a while. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He kind of just shakes his head and just kind of like, sorry, no, I really shouldn't. He walks off.
I mean, his
Alright,
captain's right there.
Yeah, we'll get the news from Soggy, I'm sure.
Soggy or the others from
Clevin.
Yepka.
I guess we could check. Instead of Clevin, we could actually check in with the Dockmaster now if we wanted to. Since
Like
we've been.
Clevin, though. I want to see how his pastries of game has
That's
changed.
true.
Gotta
Yeah,
read
The
the
Harbor
papers.
Master is on the way to the Tuttle Tomes, though.
they both are because we can swing down.
I have to pick up a bandana for Chance, too.
Okay.
God, he's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
Well,
the
he's
initial
gonna
kind
be
of
full
like
grown.
shock and kind of murmur has kind of like died down. There's just a couple of guards like standing over the body now. Everything else, people seem to have gone back to their business.
Do we
Well,
know
that's-
what killed her?
Well,
I asked the party.
I
Well,
think if it was the death curse, it just she may have been resurrected previously, and it caught up with her.
3 in a week here, so either it's speeding up, or is it just unlucky,
Or something killed her.
or something killed her, and that just happens when you die, right?
well, I mean, unless you really want to poke around her body and upset them some more, I'd say let's go to Soggy or the Harbor Master. We carry on in the directions that we were going to go.
Yep.
You guys exit the bank back out into the street. A little busier now. More people moving about their day. Where would you like to go? Which way?
Are we gonna check in with Clevin then? We don't
Or
know where
Tuttle Tome
Soggy is.
first.
Well, we know where the Harbor Master is too, so. Well,
Right.
generally,
Jonah just said he wanted to go see Clevin instead of the Harbor Master.
Clevin is the inn.
The
Weave of life.
Oh,
I also need to buy a bandana for Chance, so I was
This
going to
is
do 2 things at once.
Just,
But if we want to hit the Harbor Master, that's fine, too.
just a quick note. Is there anything else that I need to know about this city while I'm here? That
Yes.
that'll prevent me from getting, a bunch of swords pointed at me.
Don't talk about gods from the mainland.
Should be a problem.
Don't look like me
no,
or Araceli.
Don't what?
Don't look like us,
Oh.
so not a problem.
Don't
think
be
that's it.
outside the main city after dark.
Oh yeah, when the gates close, you're
well,
stuck
the
outside.
curfew kind of fixes that now too.
Yeah, but just in general, watch your purse or your money pouch.
Yeah.
I keep mine
Um,
around my neck while I'm in the city instead of on my hip.
are you guys walking out onto like this way and heading down like past the gate past the Thundering Lizard to get up to Clevin's? Or are you going through the fish market and around this way? Which way?
I mean,
Let's go by the Thundering Lizard because I know.
get a
Remember?
room.
Well,
Get a-
also remember he was
Or
having
go be where
trouble
People are watching for us more. I bet.
because someone put that sign on his door. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that there's no more signs. That's still open.
True.
I assume you guys are talking and walking. That's
And
fine.
walking, yeah.
Don't take baths. Baths are bad. People
you
die.
said-
Sharks.
I thought you said baths.
Oh,
Don't take baths. Baths. Yeah, I got it. Misheard.
Yeah, there were. I don't know if there's still a lot of Sokola worshippers around the fountains, especially in the evenings. You can just avoid them.
I feel
Yeah.
like Donna Quinn would be upset about that, but you would have told him that before, so probably.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucked up.
He probably just grumbles a bit at the mention of them.
Yeah.
there's zombies in the old city, so avoid that.
Random
Yeah.
passerby as you're walking by, it's kind of like does that call
It's
like whiplash
true.
thing? Like,
You know it.
You just kind of scurry
Yeah.
off.
Don't act like you don't know.
I don't think we know, but Meadow Eyes, there's a vampire at the bottom of the bay.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
go swimming.
Yeah, if we're checking in at the Lizard, we can also check in with Salida, see if she's around. Has any
So
news?
you guys have made your way
Yeah.
down. The red market, the red bazaar, I should say, is pretty busy now. as you're making your way through. Crush of early morning people picking up food for the day, bacon slices and things, wild boar, etc. It's all butcher stalls and things. You don't see anybody you recognize moving through the bazaar this morning. The Tiriki gate is. You will notice as you get closer to that the gate here is manned by probably twice as many guards as you've seen before. Kind
wow.
of just milling about, checking people as they're heading in and out of the city. They don't really take notice of you unless you like approach them. But
Anybody recognize?
yeah,
Cool.
there is. You recognize him because of his bald head and his unremarkable face.
You're so unremarkable. You're remarkable.
Yeah, he stands out because he's so plain.
Now you've seen him before. He's a young man, bald head, a kind of a 5'3", and you.
We really sized him up.
He is a Chalton male. You've had a few conversations with this guy before when you were heading out to Tiriki. Cassius is, you'll recall, is his name. But he doesn't really, like I said, none of them notice you guys passing by in the crowd.
So
And I don't know if you say they're talking about anything else by the time, but nothing else will occur until you hit the Thundering Lizard. So.
And none of the guard look. They all look like town guard, like we were used to. They don't look like Flaming Fist or mercenaries.
Well, they're definitely not Flaming Fist, or like Order of the Gilded Eye or anything like that. But they look like a mix of like town guards, but there's definitely at least a handful of, like not in the same kind of like town, like uniforms. Maybe they're recent conscripts or maybe they're mercenaries. You're not sure.
Sure.
Which you'll find yourself shortly, a few minutes later, approaching the Thundering Lizard. The Thundering Lizard is still standing. It hasn't burned down. There is a notice tacked to the outside. It's the same notice you saw at the bathhouse, informing of the curfew. And you will notice that there are two kind of larger men. One a Chalton man, the other a half-orc. Kind of like dark, kind of almost like blackish green skin. Kind of one standing on either side of the entranceway. They both have heavy-looking cudgels hanging off their belts. It seems Oland has hired security.
good for him.
They don't stop you or anything as you approach the door, though. That symbol is still kind of on the door. It was carved onto the door. That little claw symbol.
You should see if he wants you to fix that, Araceli. I feel like you could probably mend that door.
Yeah, I will ask. I feel like I offered last time.
I think he refused. Oh.
Yeah, the two men at the door, like, obviously see you guys approaching. They don't say anything. They just kind of stand off to the side, and the half-orc kind of like gives you like a brief nod, Blackwind. Otherwise doesn't really acknowledge any of you.
Not to mention publicly using magic again.
Well, the thing.
Well, I think it's a little different if you're like repairing a door.
The thing
more
is,
about like
when we arrived, it wasn't illegal to do magic. It was frowned upon. They don't like it. It's but it wasn't illegal. So I don't know if that's changed.
I think it was
just a bad.
Heavily frowned upon. Like
Right, but there's a difference between frowned upon and
Also-
illegal.
I mean,
Also-
there's temples in the city that do magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but bear in mind where you guys were
Yeah.
when you
Right.
started casting a spell in the middle of the bank.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's like walking into a bank in like downtown with
And then-
and then pulling out a weapon, right?
right, that's what I mean. Like in general, it's frowned upon, not illegal. I could use it to mend a door, and they might give me a funny look if they don't like it. But yeah, I'm technically still allowed to do that.
All the while, just generally speaking, until otherwise specified, Quillen is in full on like tourist mode. If he had a camera, he'd be taking pictures of it.
he suddenly has a fanny belt on.
I mean, you've probably never seen a city of this
Well, yeah.
size or population ever.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, I've been to settlements, like villages and
Mhm.
obviously the monastery and things like that. And I mean, just the idea of this many people in one place is crazy.
I'd be also pointing things out, like, oh, there's the Colosseum. They do that sort of thing. Here's
Wait,
here's the market.
wait, they have like fights that you go and watch?
Yeah, you go and
Yeah,
walk.
that's why Blackwind's famous.
I don't know if they're running them right now,
Oh,
but
man.
we can find out.
I mean,
They also do a dinosaur race through the city.
oh my,
We haven't seen it yet,
Oh
but
my
we've heard
gosh.
it's really cool.
No, we had. Oh yeah, there was
Yeah, we
another
did
dinosaur
see it.
race that we did do.
You did an event in the Coliseum that was dinosaur racing
Yeah.
around a track, but not in the.
I mean, don't get me
the-
wrong. I mean, I really want to, go get the chalice and everything, but I mean, we can hang out for a little bit.
Well, I mean, we're here,
Yeah,
like we
yeah,
said, we've
yeah.
got things to do.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
can-
you have to leave right away.
I think you should go to we'll take you to the Ground Souk. You can pick something up for the princess. She would love something nice.
we have
From-
so much stuff.
Yeah. If you guys could help me pick something. I've never
I mean, if she has a chalice, maybe she could get like a coaster or something for it.
I've never purchased. I don't think I've ever purchased a gift for anybody before.
Hmm.
We have to go through the Grand Souk on our way up to the northern side of the city. So yeah, we'll show you in.
Great.
Well, do you guys enter the lizard?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We kick in the door. No.
You walk through the main doors of the Thundering Lizard. The rotting body of Ferrul still stuck to the wall. No, they took the
Back to the.
The warning now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's hilarious. That'd be so. That's decoration now.
The skeleton.
It's now called the Rotting Ferrul. Instead of Thundering.
The rotting Ferrul. As you enter, the first thing you'll notice is that there are probably about a half dozen early morning patrons. They just look like a mix of maybe craftsmen or merchants or whatever. Just kind of having breakfast or an early
my God,
brunch or something. And you will see behind the bar there's just a young barmaid. You recognize her. She works here. What's her name? Don't know. But you recognize her in the past. You don't see Oland anywhere. But she just kind of like looks up and there's a look of recognition when she sees some of you, not others obviously. But kind of glances over the party and kind of starts a little bit at the Aarakocra and the turtle and the turtle.
We picked up
kind
some,
of smiles a bit widely when at Donaquin and kind of like just looks at you. Maybe frowns slightly when she sees you wearing like this heavy ass breastplate because she's probably never seen an Aarakocra in armor ever. But she kind of like recovers pretty quickly and she kind of greets you. She's like, "Oh, Miss Aracelis, Blackwind." Kind of stumbles a bit when she looks at Aelin. Looks down at Jonah and is like, "Oh, Master Jonah, you're all here. You're back. Well,
Yeah.
welcome back."
Dang.
It's like, "Wow, it's been a hot minute."
Yeah. Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, there was a monsoon season.
She's like, she kind of nods like, yeah, I know. And then she's like, oh, wait here, I'll get Olin. He's just in the back. And then she kind of turns the scurry off. And then she kind of stops and kind of halfway. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you looking to stay? I can get you set up with rooms. We have vacancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll let Olin do it. And she kind of runs off again.
Do you guys think the harbor master knows that the Pegasus was destroyed?
We should probably tell him.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Well, don't we get a boat? Maybe we can trade it.
not yet.
Well, it's not. I mean, we're not responsible. I think it just
Oh, good. Then
might
yeah,
be good for
sure.
him to
Let's
know.
tell him.
He doesn't
We-
already.
Chartered it, and it got wrecked.
It's
There
How
wasn't
many boats have we destroyed? Just 2 so far?
What's the second one?
Well, the one with the coffin. So I destroyed that
Oh
one too.
yeah.
we didn't destroy
Yeah, but we didn't destroy the Pegasus. The monsoon did.
Oh yeah,
in
course.
there. Yeah, it was just
of course. It was the monsoon. Yes. Yes.
What?
So
Jonah?
suddenly a voice calls out as the back door swings open. And you see Olin step out, and he's just like, by Corellian's quiver, as I live and breathe, you've returned.
Olin!
We stand still.
He kind of looks around. He's
we
like,
didn't
and
expect to be here either.
it's like a bit of a different assortment than last time. Where's your friend Baz?
Baz loved this place.
Baz loved to cook here.
He cooked here.
Baz,
Olin rolls
I
insight
will.
on the party. Looks at you expectantly. Apparently does not pick up on the sudden drop in mood.
I would just be like, pour a round of drinks and we'll fill you in.
He's
Or one for yourself.
currently
Pour one out
For
for
Baz.
held up. He's
He's entered the statuary business.
He got really stoned.
I was just gonna say that.
he's in a holding pattern waiting for.
He's in a holding pattern.
Yeah.
It's taking a gap here.
Forgot.
Yeah,
He's waiting for a delivery.
pork rinds?
There's Slim Jim pork rinds.
Oh, interesting.
Crunch into a Slim Jim.
Perfect. Crunch into us.
Squealing hot.
Hmm.
Olin will pour a round of drinks and listen to your sad tale of the fate of Baz.
the fate of Baz.
And then he kind of like waves off. Anyone tries to pay him for the drinks, he waves it off, and he's like, "Well, he was a brave man, defended my establishment. Hopefully he's not gone to us forever." And he kind of like raises a glass to him.
Hope he can
So
come
bad.
and cook in your kitchen again.
Yeah. You should have like a wall of heroes who have died.
Points over at the
Great
picture of
establishment.
Furl.
You
The picture of
Baz right
Furl is
next
on
to
the wall where he died.
It's actually Pearl there.
Like,
Like,
hanging
that
right above this like arrow, arrow
Pearl was here.
right where his head was. So anyway,
It's covering the hole that the arrow made. It's just cheaper that way.
yeah.
Oh.
Fuck. Anyways,
On the,
obviously a mood slightly more somber than that, but yeah, he nods and he's like, "Well,
Pearl Nook.
Yeah.
do you need? I still have rooms available. The same ones as last time, in fact. Port's been a bit quieter these days. Business has been down a little. Not as many boats coming in from the mainland.
There's been some
Oh.
trouble, murders.
Seems like there's been some changes since we were here.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, murders in the streets. That started. That was about a month ago. The murders started. Yeah, they just, as far as I know, they've been finding bodies, just in the street. I mean, I couldn't really tell you much about that. I'm trying to keep my nose out of it. Luckily, it's been a couple, shall we say, scuff ups, especially what with those order folks moving back in from the jungle. But I kicked out the ones that tried to stay here. They're causing too many problems with the other patrons. Anyways, they're all down at Kyra's. Should you care?
The order's
Yeah.
back in port.
He's like, oh, yeah. Not
What are
looking
the
as
Gauntlet or the Gilded Eye?
the Gilded Eye. Yeah,
Oh.
their little reinforcement expedition didn't seem to go as planned. It looks like. It's like, but whatever. I mean, the city seems to be happy enough that they're here. They've been helping out with some of the patrols, keeping the undead out in the jungle where they should be. More of those happening these days too, by the way. I'd be careful. I mean, you guys are careful and can handle yourselves. I know that, but yeah, undead, especially at night. I pity those poor people outside the walls. In fact, you might not have noticed it this early in the morning, but up north near the Grand Souk, if you're passing that way, you'll sure as hell notice a lot of refugees, not enough houses.
Oh,
Wow.
He's like, yeah, it's getting pretty bad out there, worse than I ever seen it. Anyways, but yeah, the murders. Yeah, I don't know. I think they started down at the Treaky Docks. I think was the first couple were found. After that, in the cities and the streets, I heard even one was found up in the merchant ward itself, up in the hill. Anyways,
Oh, okay. Who do you think's doing all the murders?
it's like, who do I think? It's like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, he kind of glances at some of the other patrons, none of which are close to you or even remotely paying attention. Looks back and he's like, well, I mean, I haven't seen Hide No Hair of the 12. It doesn't seem like something that's organized by them. It's not. It's like, but I don't know. Reminds me, is like there was that. And he kind of pauses. He's like, I don't know. Frankly, it reminds me of the people that were disappearing out in Old Town. You guys took care of that though, right? No loose ends, I assume.
No offense. No.
Not that we're aware of. That was single creature, was it not?
You said the first ones were in the docks?
Yeah, a couple of them down
Like-
by the Cherokee Anchorage.
Any particular dock?
He's like, I don't know the details. That's just what I heard.
Okay. Cool.
And it was always at night, huh?
Well, I mean, they're always found in the morning. I assume that's why the curfew's been put in place. Keep people off the streets at night. Just the
Yeah.
guards out there.
Cool.
Man, could be anything.
It's like,
I mean, could be anyone.
Even you.
suddenly everyone looks it around. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm and he's like, oh, he's like, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I mean, the city. I mean, it's no worse than usual, really. Well, I mean, it's worse than usual. Murders, refugees, tensions in the port. It's been a bit of a powder keg. I don't keep an eye on the politics, but I know that they've been. I don't know. Security of the city's been a bit of a concern lately. The merchant princes have been posting more people at the gate, trying to keep with all these refugees coming in the city from some of the outlying villages and stuff too, not just. Anyways, who knows what kind of elements are in and about the city these days? All sorts of strange people.
How are the merchant princes doing? Any fighting amongst them? Are they getting along? I mean, I imagine this is pretty stressful for them.
And he kind of shrugs. He's like, honestly, as long as my taxes don't go up, I don't really pay too much attention to the politics of the city.
Okay. That's important.
Sure.
And
I'm gonna order some breakfast.
he'll wave out some food from the kitchen on the house for you guys. You guys are friends of his and defend his establishment, so he's. But he does want to. He just wants to clarify though. Do you want rooms? Because otherwise,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure whether I'm gonna have vacancies for anybody else inquiring. But I'll give you guys.
Yeah,
dibs on
no.
them.
We'll go for tonight. And then
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
He's like, all right. That'll
we'll
be
Introduce him to
400 gold.
Yeah, introduce them to our new friends.
Hi, yeah, I'm Quillen from Pierce Ball. First time in port. It's a really, really awesome building full of people you got here.
He kind of gives you like this little odd look, but then kind of shrugs. He's like,
Right.
"Yeah, I do all right. Not the best inn in the city, but
Best one I've seen.
He grew up in a monastery, so you know he kind of.
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
mean, I've been in the outside world before. Obviously, I just this is like this is the whole thing.
he kind of says he's like, the roost room is not available, unfortunately. I did
What?
put someone up. Well, sometimes when your kind stays here, they stay in the top. There's with the roost
Oh, I see.
top floor. It's kind of more of an attic, really, but unfortunately, I haven't had air coker here in so long. I kind of just use it as storage now. I can clear it out for you. It'll just take me a day or two.
No. I'm okay. I'll take a bed, like a normal bed, like a person bed.
And she's like, "All right, one normal bed. We got those."
Yeah.
How many rooms do you guys want to get? 3? 2?
3. Put it up
Yeah,
with 3.
same as
What we
before.
usually do.
Same as before.
Okay. Just pay for one night for now?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember how much they are. Someone help. You guys can figure it out. I think it's a gold.
I think it was.
Not the
I
gold.
no, it was less than a gold. I think it was 5 silver a night.
You're right.
It was
It
a
was-
gold at Kairos.
At Kairos,
Kairos.
yeah.
Oh,
that's
we
right.
could go stay at Kairos.
I mean, yeah,
now.
you could afford the fancy place now. But okay, so it's like a gold and a half then for the night. So he'll take that, hand you the keys, and he's like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you introduce us to your new friends outside? Or at least give us your names?
He's like, oh yeah, and he's like, the orc fellow, that's Thrashk, and the other guy, I don't know his name. He's new.
I like Thrash. Good name.
Thrash and slash.
Thrash and Slash.
Thrash and crash.
The other guy's name is
Ah.
Taryn Rittingham.
And slash.
Thrash.
He's like, I don't know. Apparently he worked as a playwright in Waterdeep, but
Thrash.
came out here and well, there's not much use for playwrights out here, so I hired him on. Good with that cudgel.
Plays a mean guitar.
Maybe we can tell him our story. Boy, do we have a tale to tell.
This is the story of a lovely.
And he kind of shrugs. He's like, yeah, they just kind of just keep the peace, keep the, rabble that I don't want around here. Too many fights lately. Different types rubbing shoulders. Normally the city's good for that kind of thing, but I don't know. Tensions.
Yeah.
And he's like, anyways, I'm sure you got a lot of business to do in the city. I won't take up your whole day, and I've still got a few things to do around here. So let me know if you need anything.
Thanks for
And he's-
everything. Let us know if you need anything.
He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, before I forget. And he kind of like, he's like, just wait right there. And he kind of like walks into the back. A few moments later, there's some like rummaging sounds. He walks out with an envelope. Walks over to you, Aileen. He's like, this was left for you.
Oh, great. Thanks.
It's just a simple envelope, and it just says Aelin written on the front.
Dear John.
Do you have a pen pal back from the monastery?
No, I doubt it.
Speaking of which, where is Sarissa here? Or what's her name?
Delita.
Talita?
He's like, no. She checked out her room a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
He kind of like just nods down to the letter.
Mystery solved.
All right.
What's
He's
it
like-
say?
He's like, anyways, I won't keep you. And he kind of goes back to polishing mugs.
Alright, well,
the default NPC behavior when you're not in conversation with
Hey,
Our keep
yeah.
behavior.
They're Owen, they're oh, this is weird. There may be a letter coming for Salida. But now that we're here, I don't know, maybe just hang on to it.
He's like, kind of nods. He's like, yeah, sure, you can do that.
Thanks.
Yeah, go put my stuff upstairs. Park Gerald.
Gerald,
Park Gerald. Okay.
Beeps as he backs up.
do you plug them in? Tesla
Gerald,
charging.
recharge.
Get that arcane charge.
I'd probably look at the letter when we're just dropping our stuff off into the
Sure.
room.
Who's sharing room? Is it you and ourselves sharing a room?
Yeah.
And then who else is sharing? Blackwind and Donaquin? Blackwind and Jonah? Jonah and Quillen? Quillen and Donaquin?
I'll share a room with Donaquin.
Okay.
You
The
know,
The two newbies. Okay.
yeah.
They get the smaller room.
Looks like you're
Bigger
stuck
people.
with me, Squirt. I might sleepwalk from time to time.
A turtle and a bird walk into a bar.
Aren't you guys are the ones who have both had the bad dreams both times, aren't you? And now you're
Yeah,
ruined.
I'm sure nothing
Actually,
bad will happen
I
tonight.
stopped my bad dream.
Yeah, if anything, I want to be near Blackwind. He's got the magic ring, though.
He's got
It's
the
not my
ring now.
dream.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Well, you guys can decide what you leave in your rooms, if anything, and what you take with you. I'll leave that up to you.
Back.
Other than Gerald. Aelin, so you want...
Gerald and my mungie.
So once you're back in the room, getting settled and maybe like a little freshened up in some of the like a wash basin or whatever, because you got a little grime from the road on you guys. Let's be honest. We're getting a little freshened up here.
Guts.
You gonna read the letter?
Yeah.
The letter. Yeah, it's carefully folded letter. The envelope has a single written word on the outside in common. Aelin, it says. Inside is a letter written in what seems to be a slightly shaky and unpracticed hand, but still a little elegant, as if the author may have once trained in letters, but had let the skill atrophy. It reads, To Aelin. I'm not sure if you'll ever read this letter. It's been over a month since you left on your journey to Mesro, and only days since we learned the fate of the Pegasus. By all accounts, there were no survivors. Are you still out there still? I can only hope, but hope is something I haven't felt in a long time. You gave me that, Aelin. Hope that one day I could actually live a life free of suspicion and free of pain and not having to hide what I am to the world. Ironic, then, the pain I feel now. I've seen the hate in men's hearts, and this city doesn't feel like home for me, especially not anymore. So I'm taking a cue from you, Aelin. I'm heading out to find answers. Maybe I can control my own destiny. For a long time, I thought this was it for me. I was trapped within myself with what I was, with what was done to me. But no longer. I once told you that I would never set foot in that terrible place again. But the truth is, I've been running away from what happened to me for years, and I'm done with it. Maybe there is hope left. For you and your friends, maybe even for me. I guess I'll find out one way or another. I don't know that you realize what our brief time together meant to me, and maybe I'm naive to think that it meant as much to you. You have others, friends, your sister. And you'll notice here that the page is slightly smeared, as if a drop of water fell on it before the ink dried. People who you care about. But it did matter to me. I'll miss you, Aelin, I really will. Signed, Salida.
That was not what I was expecting at all.
Do you think she was like writing it in the bath?
Bradley.
You're not there.
There.
And I will give you the letter if you want to look at it yourself again, because I know I said that relatively quick.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think it's just called Letter to Aelin.
Yep. Oh man, I really wish I had sent that letter a month ago. Well, she's in the jungle.
Oh my god, I hope she's okay.
Did you read that aloud to Archie?
No, I read
No,
it to myself.
I assume
and
you
I'm
read
just
it
saying,
and said she's in the jungle. That's
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's in the jungle, and I think she's also looking for Omu.
Oh shit.
Everybody's looking for a piece of moo moo.
Oh man.
Well, we can talk with the. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we were at least I was hoping we could convince her to come with us when the time was
Yes.
right.
I was gonna say we can talk with the party, but I was gonna invite her to come with us out west to Orlunga.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I
because she
know,
said she didn't want to have anything to do with it. It scared her last time. I guess she was there, is what she said. But I was hoping we could convince her to come.
yeah, but not that we need a guide anymore. But I think it was Iku that wanted to head out that way, and maybe we should consider if she's still in town.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wouldn't hurt. Anyway, but let's.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt having somebody, another body
Yeah.
who may have information we don't. Yeah, it was Iku.
But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder what changed her mind. She seemed so against going back that way.
Who can say?
Who can say indeed? Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. How much money do I have? Well, we'll look at that later. Okay. Yeah. All right, Gerald. Right, you guard the stuff. If anybody comes in the room, you
Kill him.
hear them.
Kill them all.
Housekeeping. Ah!
I was thinking more of, a punch grapple, but sure. Okay. Yeah,
All right.
so
Where to?
up to through the soup to the weave.
I'm totally was muted that whole time.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. You didn't miss anything. I was just gonna say, why don't we take our quick break here at 7?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Take a few minutes, and then when we come back, you guys can carry on northwards towards the Weave of Life is the next stop?
I think so. Yeah, through the
Well,
soup.
Through the
Buy
souk.
Okay. Yeah, so why don't we come back in like a quarter after-ish?
Sure.
Excellent. We'll be back shortly.